But I'm gonna fuck around and make my whole fucking album distorted, and they gonna be like that boy edgy as fuck. Yeah, fuck. TCAP 803.
Coming heavy with the weight and feel. Wonder if the hoes in Jesus' hand he'll give a fuck how a man feel. Whole world at a standstill, stigmatized. Donald Trump they will not criticize. Still question Obama like my nigga lied. White girls abusing so my dick can ride. Out here switching sides. Crossing ship to mind the window cause they living blind. And they soul not showing. I swear my flow how potent. How these hoes got open and you know Pop's joking. If he expect forgiveness, I'm one of your 7 victim hoes free of heaven's prison. These are split decisions. And I think I give the misses, but I give the masses. My whole all there no walls. I ain't kissing asses the shit and I don't stop. Don't stop. She ain't bars the end and she won't call her. You didn't see her coming. People are screaming, running, baby like babies. Whether you need enough to drive, horsepower is speed punching. Smoking weed, I'm blunting. Notice these are stunning. Ain't me like Jesus functions. Eating knowledge, I got key consumption. Super Saiyan water, I eat a peanut buzzing. Fuck your family, they ugly. You can keep your cousin, most people puzzling. You want my time is by the hour and I need 100. I see your ship and see it sunken. Missing me, she keep on cutting. She a keeper, love it, hot box, a beamer bucket. My demon, she seen a sucker. She bring me, need me, so fucking here for long haul. Press hold if God calls.
Every time you do that, it makes me sad.
Why?
Because you just suck at it.
I suck at it.
Creighton.
Yes.
It is October, technically the 13th, but really to us, it's more like the 12th. It's the end of our 12th, the beginning of everyone else's 13th.
Friday the 13th.
It's not Friday the 13th. It's Tuesday the 13th.
Tuesday the 13th. That was my next guess.
Anyway, weather. I have the weather, Flint. Let me do my little cool opening first. God,
Barely.
you're always on me about this. I get one job in this ship, and you're going to let me miss it? God damn it.
Charlie, don't forget the weather.
Oh, my God. The weather in Anderson County, Tennessee is cloudy. 68 degrees. Aw, one off of 69. That would have been a good time for me to go, 69. But I wasn't able to because you guys interrupted
Quentin.
me, and the weather didn't change in that 1 minute of time I would have. It might have if I did. Anyway, precipitation, 32%. That's a weird number. Humidity, 93%. Like the amount of hatred I have for Creighton at this moment and Flint combined. Tomorrow, on Wednesday, the weather will be clear with a high of 76 and a low of 53. Welcome to the Shirts Off Podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck
that
the
looks
weather.
So much better. I can tell already.
I just wanted to say words. Friday the 13th. No. No,
Hey.
Quentin. No. No, it is not.
Hey, can you help me fix my camera real quick?
I could if you had let me do that 20 minutes ago when I said we should fix it.
This is good.
Sure.
This
Okay.
is all right.
Right. Totally.
Yeah.
You whore.
I'm straight on now.
Flint, stop ruining it. That's what I'm saying. Fuck Lou Diamond Phillips.
Do you want to hear
Do the fucking weather already.
you want-
Copenhagen. Why are you on their side with this? You're never on their side with this.
Do you want to hear the Urban Dictionary word of the day?
No, I really don't. I hate this thing we're doing with the Urban Dictionary of the word. I was going to say words. I've already forgot them. You know what? Do it. I'm going to take a sip of Red Bull because I'm
Okay.
mad.
Get you a sip, Charlie. You know, it'll make
Do
the boo.
it.
It'll make the boo stop.
Do the thing.
I'm hitting shuffle. Give me a
Julie, do
second.
the thing.
So today's word is ninny. Shortened version of nincompoop, a silly, idiotic person that can be used affectionately. You went into the girl's bathroom by mistake, you ninny.
Creighton's like a really, really, really shitty version of Andy Richter. Bro, and way skinnier, right?
Who's Andy Richter?
What's up, you shit breath cocksuckers? Hey, Nick, I love you. Andy Richter is Conan O'Brien's companion on his show, like the sidekick character.
Oh, yeah.
The big dude?
I knew I'd heard that name before.
It was Friday
He's
the
in-
13th, Halloween night. It was or is? Wait, what?
Yes, it was Friday the 13th, Halloween night.
Is that a thing from a thing?
No, this happened before.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay. What you said? What?
Halloween happens on the 31st, Charlie.
Okay. That is funny. I just woke up. You're all going to have to bear with me. My brain.
Charlie.
Oh, before I forget, and while it's still semi in a weird way fresh in my brain, let me tell you this crazy dream I just had.
Okay, go ahead.
I
I'm
had a
gonna
dream.
continue to fix my monitor.
I had a dream about the show The West Wing that I've been watching.
Right.
In the show, Martin Sheen plays Jed Bartlett, who's the president, right? You know this. Anyway,
I knew
everybody.
that.
Great value Andy Richter. Hashtag great value Andy Richter. Charlie, does Creighton happy? Okay. And anyway, excuse me. I had a dream.
Right.
That the team could not find the president.
And it was Trump.
And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. And it was Trump. No, but almost.
It was almost Trump.
Let me tell you. So the
was-
team recruited a young senator named Obama to help them figure out where the president had been during this time, and at the same time, they were preparing to tell the president not to attack like some country because of some like trade sanction that had happened. And the big surprise twist at the end of the dream was when they all finally get to the Oval Office and the president's in, Donald Trump's standing next to him advising him. And he had the president like attack some country. Again, it's all it's becoming foggy the further away I get from being asleep.
Yeah, that time.
It
that
was-
timeline.
But like Obama was like a main character of this
Sterling.
episode. He was a main character of the episode in my head, and he was the good guy. And like they were all like walking around the West Wing trying to figure out where the president was. And at the end, they find him, and Donald Trump's standing over him, basically wearing a medal that says "I pressed the button," and and it was like the President Bartlett just looking up like. Yeah, we bombed that country. like they just finished fucking destroying stuff. And then you woke me up. I was like, what the fuck's happening?
I feel like because I was here for a little bit while you were sleeping, just watching you sleep, and like
Right.
I turned on the light, and like all of a sudden you're like, ugh. So like I could tell just from that that you had been having a very political dream.
Okay. Wildberry Skittles are far superior to original Skittles. I agree
Ew.
with you, Copenhagen.
Ew,
No, I'm with him.
No,
I
no,
love
no,
them.
No. I've ate too many.
You've eaten too
I've
many.
ate too many wild berry Skittles, and it's no bueno for me.
I see you're a man of superior taste. Nick, Copenhagen, and Flint, let me go, bro. Let me go off, boys.
Sour Skittles
Bro.
are the best.
No, they're good.
Go
But
ahead.
the Wildberry are the best. Wildberry is the shiznit. Literally, no one disagrees with you right now.
Look,
disagrees with me. Everyone disagrees with
I
me.
understand, and I agree to disagree on this. However, you guys are all wrong.
I'm not drunk tonight, bro. Sterling, how's it been, dude?
Sour Skittles are
Skittles-
great, Copenhagen.
Skittles are a
Deal with
trash
it.
tier candy. Sour Skittles, you fucking ingrate.
Yeah, that is a point. That is a good point, though. If I had a choice between Skittles and any other candy, I probably would pick
Any other candy.
Yes.
Anything.
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 Have you ever had a payday?
You ever had sweet tarts? They're terrible.
I love sweet tarts.
I hate sweet tarts. They're too chalky.
I mean,
Skittles are
kinda
like-
the point, but they
if
make
there's,
chewy
like-
ones, Charlie.
Let's say there's like 5 tiers of candy, right? I'd say Skittles are like 4th tier. They're not like all the way at the bottom, but they're pretty far down there. But there are
so.
there's
Then
shit
what's
worse.
number one for you?
Number 1 is like the best kinds of chocolate, like Toblerone.
Like the kind of
Almond-
chocolate that you can only
almond
have
Hershey
like one
bar.
piece of, and if you had more than that, it would give you the shits.
No. What? No.
Just because it's so sweet.
They can't handle the Newton style. Creighton likes Charleston
I don't
shoes.
even know what Charleston shoes
They're
are.
really good.
I like the whatchamacallit bars.
Those are okay.
They're,
I don't love
they're
them.
not the best, but they're all right.
Can we all agree that Sour Patch Kids are worth getting diabetes for? Yeah, I'd say they're
Yeah.
a tier 2 or tier, if not tier 1.
My
They're like at the bottom of tier 1 or the top of tier 2.
my favorite like chocolate
I'm gonna
bar
have to make a candy tier
is
list.
like the Hershey almond bar. those are-
Yeah,
those are
Hershey
pretty
almond
great.
bars are fucking crack cocaine.
Yes.
I'd say like top tier is like Lindor truffles.
Goodbye, Sterling.
Just popping in to say hi. So
Pooping in.
hi. I
He
love you
said
guys.
pooping
And
in.
bye.
He's just pooping in the sand.
He's pooping in. Goodbye, Sterling. We love you. It's good to see you.
Squeeze it out, Sterling.
I'd say Lindor truffles, Hershey almond bars, low key even like just normal Hershey bars.
Really?
Toblerones are definitely at the top somewhere. Kit
That's a
Kats,
Studio Ghibli movie.
Toblerone.
No, it's My Neighbor Totoro or something like that. But I was like,
My Neighbor Totoro.
Totoro.
How dare you?
My Neighbor Totoro.
We need that fan art. We
It's
need
a
to make.
very short
Yeah,
movie.
they eat him. We need a fan art of My Neighbor Toblerone.
Kit Kats are fucking garbage. Kit Kats? Whoa!
Now,
slow
now,
your, slow
now
your
I
roll.
have now I have an
Slow-
issue.
Slow your roll.
Now I have an
Copenhagen.
enemy in the chat.
Slow your roll.
Copenhagen Kit Kats are fucking from heaven.
Right?
They are God's
You
candy.
ever had a giant Kit Kat bar? It's just more of
have.
the same little sticks on one big thing. Like it's amazing.
Fight me, Pizzeria Mustache. I will literally throw you, Copenhagen. I'll pick you up and
yes,
throw you.
We'll both fight you. We'll take you out. We won't care if you're government.
What do you
or
see
not.
in your head when you think of Copenhagen? Like, who do you see?
Kind of a guy with a mustache.
I see Ben
but
Shapiro.
like a thick mustache.
In my eyes, it's Ben Shapiro, but his eyes aren't so narrow and scary. Stop it.
Like
Stop
a,
kicking
maybe
things.
maybe like a Ron Swanson.
Have you- Oh, really?
Yeah, like looking
Oh,
guy.
I don't know about
He
that.
seems older than he is.
Do you know who Ben Shapiro is? What if
No.
Copenhagen is Chuck Norris?
That would be
There's no way. Chuck Norris doesn't know how to get in Twitch chat. He
Dude's
doesn't know how
like,
to type things.
you know how old Chuck Norris is?
He's like 79 now.
I thought he was 80.
He's 79 or 80. Bitch, I might be.
He's old as fuck, but he
pretty
looks
old.
pretty great. He looks pretty good to be as old as he is.
Chuck Norris.
I know he was
Age.
born at the end of World War II.
He actually is 80 now. Now he's 80. Move your.
80.
That might be mine actually.
Oh,
We're
okay.
both
See,
of them
there
were
you go.
pretty. Both of them were pretty close.
See, there you go. Blaming me
Uh,
for shit that I can't.
He was
control.
born before. Everyone says like World War II. He was born way before World War II started.
Really?
Yeah, he was born in 1940.
Before it started.
Or
It
before
was-
it ended, rather. Before
yeah.
it ended.
I
Sorry.
was about to say, it
That's all the
started in
jokes. All the
38.
jokes are like,
He was born
they
and then
say
World
the
War
day-
II ended.
yeah, or that like the day Hitler died, Chuck Norris was born.
Yeah.
Coincidence? I think not.
Yeah.
No, it says coincidence? I think not. Accident? Maybe. Hotel? Trivago. And that was like, I remember reading that. I laughed so hard when I read
Clinton
this.
said, I see a man with a trucker's hat, a dad bod, and a farmer's tan for Copenhagen.
Accurate. Chuck Norris actually won World War II. I mean, he was born and he was 5 or 6 years old. He was
Yeah.
old enough to fuck some people up.
Yeah. That's
When
crazy.
it
though. I
ended.
mean, he remembers a time, theoretically, where, like, there were Nazis that were, like,
Yeah.
fighting us. Like, I mean, like, legit Nazis.
Yeah, no, for real.
Yeah.
Not these fucking water bred,
Yeah.
shitty white bread Nazis today.
Neo-Nazis.
These neo Nazis, these Matrix Nazis,
Yeah.
just trying to come in here and tear up all the. They're trying to take credit for all the great, like, and by great, let me be careful with my
Wait,
words.
I was about to say, what are
The
you going
like
with here?
the great scale of
Charlie-
horrible shit that Nazis actually did. They're
Charlie-
trying to like be that,
Oh, yeah.
but they're
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 not.
shitty trash people.
Charlie, we all know that you
Inbred
love that you've
Nazis.
been reading
Yes.
My Kampf, but, like,
Wonderbread Nazis. There you go. That's the word. Wonderbread Nazis.
I love that.
That's pretty great. Wonderbread
Uh,
Nazis. That is fantastic.
I'm writing that down.
Yeah, right. That we need that for later. In fact, I'm gonna also write that down. Hold on.
That
no,
made
what
the
the fuck?
description list that I may or may not use when I do the promos.
There we go.
Charlie
Keep my
called
head.
blank great on stream.
Racism confirmed. There is racism in the world. Confirmed. You're right. Not gonna lie, the German Nazis had the best uniforms of any army. I mean, they were spiffy, but they were a little, evil. That is, what sucks is
Yeah.
like the swastika. It
It
sucks
was a
that
symbol for peace before, right?
yeah, but also it sucks that they just took that, like the Hitler mustache.
Mhm.
Like, you can't have that mustache. That's his
No.
mustache now.
Yeah.
If you do it, it's like you look like a Nazi. Like you are.
Absolutely.
It's synonymous with the
Unless,
Nazi. He stole that whole. It's like the gays with the rainbow. Like if you see a rainbow, it's gay now. Like
Unless
some
you
people aren't
see,
cool with
like
that.
somebody in like a baller cap, because then they're Charlie Chaplin.
That's true. Like unless you're doing a perfect Charlie Chaplin cosplay, you
Yeah.
can't have the Hitler mustache.
Charlie Chaplin, for those of you under 30, like it was a silent film movie star.
I think you. You misunderstand how many people are aware of Charlie Chaplin still, and how like much of a
and how his career died after
Earth-shaking.
sound movies came out.
his career didn't die. He had one of
Kinda
the.
did.
No, he got old. He
Get
was
old,
in.
sound comes out.
He made movies with sound. He made an Academy Award winning movie.
Gates.
He made an Academy Award winning movie with sound, where he gave one of the greatest speeches ever called "The Dictator."
Oh,
That's a great movie.
was
And
he doing Hitler?
He's the. He looks like Hitler when he does it, but no. You've never seen it? The gays. You've never seen the. No, the speech. You know the speech with the Inception music, where it's like
no.
him with the background. Oh, we're watching it.
What is it?
It's It's Charlie Chaplin giving an amazing speech.
How old is he in it?
I want to say he would have been 40
Yeah.
something.
But I mean, if you think about it, what we're doing right here, Twitch and everything, is our like silent movies. You know, in a way.
You mean in regard of him?
Well, I mean, in regards of like it being like this new platform of entertainment, like Twitch. I mean, and streaming as a whole, that we're like doing.
Yeah. Stop it. Okay. In regards to his life and our life if we're like comparing side by side.
absolutely.
No. Yes, I mean,
Oh.
like in regards, like if we're comparing us to him, this is the silent movie era of our career, or
Yeah.
if you want to really call this
Yeah.
a career.
That's what we should do. We should just take away the audio.
I want
It will make the show so much better.
like the anime intro just have pictures of us talking or
And
video,
then-
but not.
And then,
no,
like,
no
after
sound.
everything we say, we have the cue cards pop up with what we said, so that way people can.
I want to join Starfleet and fuck up some alien pricks with my phaser set to kill. Charlie Chaplin was Edgar Allan Poe with a cool hat. The gays! Yes, I heard that speech. It's fucking great. It really is. Silent movies while speaking, you muppet. Charlie, slap the ass behind you. Sheila! I don't want to hit her. I don't want to hit her too hard because she'll like fall over.
I mean, you say that.
I like barely touched her and she moved like a
You
whole
gotta
inch.
smack it, Charlie.
Hold on, we're
Smack
gonna
it
watch
really
this. We're gonna watch this. Cause
hard. Okay.
I don't even care
ready.
if we get in trouble. So this is one of the This is one
He
of the
really looks like Hitler there.
He does. This is one of the very first. Kermit the Frog is such a sex icon. Okay, Nick. Well, this is a great speech from a great movie. It's called The Great Dictator. This
Okay.
is the speech. And it's along with the Inception music.
Oh, did somebody put that in there?
Yeah, which is pretty baller.
He's not saying anything.
Give it a second, bro.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible.
It's so
Jew,
weird hearing his
Gentile,
voice.
black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world, there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery,
He's giving this
we need
speech to an
humanity.
army.
More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent,
think.
and all will be lost.
Or, I know it's a giant
The
crowd.
aeroplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world.
Hold on. Okay, we're a minute and a half in. It's just too. The music's overtaking it too
Yeah, I was
much.
about to say. Right before that.
Where's your phone?
It's on the PlayStation. It's nowhere near it.
It's next to it. The PlayStation's next
Oh
to the
my
mixer.
God.
Pull,
I feel
yeah,
like-
there you go.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry. You have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world. Millions of despairing men, women, and little children, victims of a system that makes men torture and imprison innocent people.
Imagine them filming
To
that.
those who can hear me, I say, do not despair.
Yeah, just lay down
The
and
misery
cry.
that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass, and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men, machine men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines. You are not cattle. You are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate, the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world, that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite!
Bro,
Dang. And what movie was that from again?
The Great Dictator. How old is that movie? Hold on. 1940.
1940.
That movie is from the year 1940.
So he knew what he was doing. A little bit.
The mustache looks glued on. It probably was.
Well, so I thought
I could see him like trying to be a Hitler lookalike in that time to try and like take away from whatever it was his political leanings were to try and like overtake the look. This is what Charlie says to Evie when no one else is around. First of all, you're correct. Second of all, I'm glad you remembered how to spell Evie. It shows that you care and you're paying attention, and I love you, Copenhagen. Anyway.
Oh, that's sweet.
Anyway.
That warms my heart.
Shut the fuck up. It's crazy that, like, we could make that speech today, and it'd be just as relevant in terms of, like, how, like, he realized what was going on 80 years before it was happening even. That's, by the way, that's the year Chuck Norris was born. But the crazy shit is that, like, especially when he says, because of the airplane or the telephone, like, we are closer than we've ever been. Like,
yeah, that's
like
what
that,
social media is today.
Social media. Well, I mean, there's always a new way to communicate.
I
but,
know,
the internet in general was the big giant thing.
Yeah,
like that was the biggest, most ridiculous step forward ever. Period. Not even close. Like by far. And like, I feel like there's times when I'm looking at the internet and I'm like, I wish we hadn't had it. Just because it's too easy to share our ideas now. Like some people have good ideas, but a lot of people just have ideas.
Yeah.
And they're not good. And they might not need to be broadcasted. There might not be a need for such ideas to just be out there on in the limbo. You know what I mean?
What's the saying? The dumb people are too confident, and the smart people are too nervous to really share what they think and their ideas.
I bet Joseph Stalin was super pissed when he watched this pro-democracy propaganda. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes it's just bananas to me how like you could probably pull him right out of time and talk to him today and be like, hey, what do you think about everything going on? And just have his fully objective, like not in the like sways of political leaning, just have his view on what is happening.
Imagine what his stand-up would be like.
Oh my god. Well, he wasn't like a stand-up.
I know.
Like he did some, I'm sure, but I don't really think so. No, because that was like right before stand-up really happened.
Yeah,
like,
stand-up was more like a '60s thing, right? Or like a 50s,
like 50s, early 50s, late 60s, late 50s, early 60s rather.
Yeah,
I
know Marvelous Mrs. Maisel talks about that a little bit.
Yeah,
like
it's taking place. Yeah, Marvelous Mrs. Maisel takes place at the beginning of when stand-up. Lenny Bruce like makes stand-up. Like he's the reason stand-up kind of went from like telling one-liners on stage for 10 minutes, like just telling like set up jokes.
Yeah.
Like into actually talking about what was happening in the world and making it funny.
Yeah.
And I mean he got eviscerated for it. I mean he died for it. He like went crazy for it. Like he just did a lot of drugs and got arrested all the time for literally speaking his mind. Like he got arrested for what he was saying.
Yeah. Which
you're not supposed to do that, huh?
No, yeah.
No, not pretending he's dumb.
No, I think that's dumb.
Oh,
he got
okay.
arrested. That's what I'm saying. Like,
he was legitimately an extremely intelligent person. Somehow, like with his everything happening to him, like you wouldn't imagine it, like based on what he was doing. But he was just constantly doing drugs and telling jokes and writing them down. And that show was amazing. That show is so good, and it gives such a big insight into what stand-up is really like. Like there's a lot of like movies and shows that are like talking about the comedians or like being a comedian, and it's just not true. And Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, from my very limited experience at doing stand-up, is way more realistic to how comedy really is.
Prime
Prime Cork, what's up, bro? I know him. He's
yeah.
he's a long time M fam.
Thanks for the follow.
Thank you for following, bro. But it's like it's one of those things you watch and you like. I mean, it's a great show anyway. Like it's got the viewers. Like people
Right.
love it regardless of how accurate it is about certain things. But I know, like, it captures bombing. You watch that show and you watch them bomb on stage, and it hurts. But for me, it hurt
Really?
because
you
I've
bombed?
bombed on stage. I've bombed hard.
How was it?
It was awesome. like bombing is this insane thing because like I'm not unconfident. Like you know in movies where it's like you gotta always try, and if you don't try, nothing will happen. It's like
Yeah.
you can't complain about not winning the lottery if you don't buy a ticket.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, excuse me. Like, I'm willing to shoot and miss. A lot of people aren't. A lot of people have like funny shit to say and they just don't say it. A lot of people have funny shit to say it and it lands badly and it doesn't sound funny, but it is funny, and they just get booed or just the worst is the silence.
Yeah.
They get the nothingness result, which is so scary. It is the
What's-
hardest. It's the worst feeling in the world.
What's-
But when you do it and you come out of it on the other end and you haven't killed yourself, it's like it's worth it.
So what? How did you bomb? Like what was the joke you were trying to tell?
Oh,
Walk us through the night.
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
I
You
mean-
don't remember, or you just don't want to relive it?
I mean, I remember a little bit, but
Well, then tell us what you remember.
the worst part was that it was at a black club.
Is this the one I was at?
Yeah, that was I mean, I bombed like 5 or 6 times after that, but that was the worst one because that was the second night of us doing stand up, me and Michael, and
Yeah.
like
I remember. I
the
went
first
with you
night
guys
was
to that.
great, and that night was the second night, and it was horrible. First off, we didn't know we were going to a black club,
Mm.
which
You
was
guys
like
just knew it was a
which-
club.
we just knew it was a place like a stand up. We were literally Googling like live open mics near us,
Mhm.
and like we went to this place. It's called the Couture Lounge in Charlotte.
Which is
and
awesome. I had a great.
It was awesome. I had a great time too, even despite the bomb. Like even the other comedians. That was my favorite part. Was when I bombed, I left the stage and all like the whole group of people that went up before and after me. Well, no, I was the very first one of the night, which was horrifying too. That was another level of scary. After that, all those comedians, every time they went up, would come over to me, and they were like just talking about what happened, what I did. They weren't like giving me like telling me what I did wrong. They were just telling me that happens. Like, hey man, look. Like, you went up there, you did your shit, and you didn't, like, derive from it. It didn't land because you're doing white jokes in a black place. It's like, me and Michael, we were the only 2 white guys there. So all the other black comics,
I don't even know how we got in there because none of us were like 21.
I was. I just turned 21.
How did we get in?
I don't know.
They just let us in.
They just let us in. They didn't even ask.
Yeah.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Jesus Christ, 1973. Yes. Charlie went to the Apollo Theater. Talk about accidentally going to the wrong stand-up club and trying to perform. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. Wait, imagine doing drugs in the 50s, like middle-class suburban 50s. You'd feel like a fucking monster. Yeah. And people thought he was. People, like, when he went on TV, like Lenny Bruce, they thought he was, like the Antichrist. Like, they couldn't believe the shit he was saying.
Right.
Because he was cursing, but he was also talking about politics and about like what was wrong in New York and what was wrong in L.A. and like what the people were like in both of those places and how different they were, and like he was like he couldn't believe that he met like gay people and he was like and the nice guys, like why are we getting all mad? Like he was talking like, you know, he was being friendly and nice about these things that people had such big
Yeah.
issues with.
That people still have big issues with today.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's not the same because
Oh
obviously
my
like,
God.
a lot has
Hey,
changed.
Will.
It will. But still, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that show captures, back to the root of this, the show captures bombing. I bombed a lot of times when I did stand-up. I killed a few times when I did stand-up. I bombed more than I killed, but I did kill. And I got, like, a good, you know, I had, like, one great story joke. It was, like, 7 or 8 minutes that was, like, I could crush all the way through.
Why don't you do stand-up anymore?
Because I don't live in Charlotte. We live too far away. It would be too much of a deal to go do it, especially right now during COVID.
Yeah.
Like if I can get a car and a license and the world opens up again, I might finally start going and doing it once or twice a week. I don't know. It's gonna be an issue if I do. Like not an issue like bad, like an issue. It's gonna be an ordeal going and doing it. Because one, it would have to be after you and me find a place and figure out when this podcast is gonna be, because it would have to be right now. Like, it would be this time
Yeah.
of night every night.
And we bomb on here every night. So.
Exactly. So I'd have to be bombing twice a week. No, twice
So
a
like
day.
6 times a week.
Yeah, like just every day. Got to go back to finish Firewatch. You gonna go finish Firewatch? Oh, the VOD? Are you watching the VOD?
Are you watching the VOD, Will, or are you playing it? By the way, finishing Firewatch was pretty fun.
It was such
did
a
we
good
talk,
game.
we had a podcast after
We
that,
talked
right?
about it a little bit, but we didn't. We got something sidetracked us, and then we didn't end up getting to talk. And we did that podcast early.
I was disappointed by the end.
Yeah, a lot of people were.
I wasn't.
I liked it.
I like look, I'm not, don't get me wrong. I think it's a good ending. I just think that the mislead is why people get upset, because they're misleading you to think it's going to be like this big crazy like plot twist government conspiracy thing. It'd be
That's the twist, though.
it'd
Is
be
that- was
like
it?
if Stranger Things was like, instead of it being an actual monster, it was just something like a hologram or
Yeah.
like a
Hold on.
dream.
Spoiler alerts for Firewatch, by the way, just in case. So we will talk about it for a minute.
Yeah.
I think the best twist is that it was Ned the whole time.
Yeah.
Like,
I
when-
mean, it's,
when you
it's
fi-
definitely something you don't see coming.
Yeah, you don't see coming that it was him, like, because you're so worried about it being
Yes.
everything else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's not a bad twist. It's just like a twist that you would like.
It wasn't the twist we were expecting, which all technicality is probably the perfect twist. It was just a little
It was just an underwhelming twist.
yes, underwhelming.
As
is
far
the
as
right
like
word.
what the actual.
what it was leading
Yeah.
you into thinking might be happening.
I think.
It's still a
I
great.
think if it had been
great
the other way
game.
around, like the whole time you're thinking it's Ned, and then the twist ends up being it's the government, I think it would have been.
yeah. I wonder what the budget for that game was.
I'm guessing 15,000 to 50,000. I don't know. I'm not good at budgets. Movie budgets I'm better with.
What do you think the movie budget was for Avengers Endgame?
Oh God, wasn't it like it had to be over $1 million at least?
Over $1 million?
Maybe I don't know.
Over $1 million.
We've talked about it before.
Listen to what you just said. You think the budget for Avengers Endgame was more than $1 million?
Was it? There was one.
Do you know
we
what you
talked-
just said? You said $1 million.
I know.
1 million.
We just talked about one that was $1 million, didn't we? And then it's when we were talking about budgets for movies and
Creighton,
what they did at the box office.
Creighton, you just said $1
No,
million.
It was Game of Thrones. That's what I'm thinking about.
Yes, but you're saying million.
Is that low or high? What are you
It's very
getting at?
low.
Okay then.
That's like saying that we bought this computer for $5.
Okay.
You just said Avengers Endgame's budget was like $1 million.
There was something that we
The
were
budget-
talking about that was like a ridiculous amount of money spent on it. For like,
Lord of the
what
Rings.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was $1 billion.
$1 billion. Okay.
For one season.
Okay.
the
That's what
first
I'm.
season of
That's
that
what
show.
I'm thinking of.
They took out a small loan of $1 million. They took out a small loan of $1 million.
So like what? 500 million something.
For Endgame,
Yeah.
it was 370 million. I want to say.
Okay. And they got their money back on
PCs. Yeah, yes. It was the highest grossing movie of all time.
Yeah.
They could have spent $1 billion on that movie and got their money back. And they damn well tried to. Let's see. The budget of Firewatch. Now to judge how well things are going for Campo Santo, I think that's the guy that made it. We need to think about the budget that was spent to make Firewatch. According to Tim Schafer, it costs about $10,000 per month to hire a game developer in San Francisco Bay Area, with a Campo Santo core team of about 10 people and the dev team time of 2 years. This means cost of $2.4 million, adding rent, hardware, software licenses, audio recordings, advertisement. The total budget was probably around $3 million to make that game
Jesus.
for Firewatch.
Mm.
But the final conclusions.
And that's an indie game.
Yes and no. It's not like totally indie.
Yeah, but
It went straight to like in-store release. Like it's kind of indie, but like real indie games are like the ones that are only on Steam for like $1 or free.
I still feel like people underpaid for that game.
Underpaid?
Yeah, 'cause it's like $20.
I don't know. No, that sounds about right. It's you're not getting as much of a game as other games.
That's true.
Like it's like If you run through the story, you can finish it.
If
in, like,
I was just looking at the numbers and not the game itself, so I'd be like, oh yeah, charge a little bit more for that, just because we
I mean,
spent.
maybe like $30,
fucking,
because
like,
the game's great. Like the game is a great story. Like quality wise, you're getting a fantastic game, but there's almost no replayability. You can play it once or twice, and then you're pretty much done with it.
Yeah, to kind of mix up your choices. And
Yeah, and like make sure you find all the little hidden like dialogue or the hidden stuff. We never found the turtle, and I know that's in there. Like there's lots of cool stuff.
Stuff. Mm-hmm.
The deer, I never saw it. Markiplier when he played it, he didn't find the deer, so like that part was very still like a weird like
that is weird though, isn't it?
yeah.
Wait, so that still doesn't answer the question about the tracking collar.
It sold an estimate of 169,000 copies within 7 days of its launch.
Jesus. Never mind, they made their money back.
This amounts to a gross revenue of $3.1 million.
And they spent how much on it?
Right at like $3 million.
Ooh, I
let's
don't
see.
know. Breaking even's not.
Well, I don't think that's
That's not the end of it though, is it?
no. So hold on, which was released? That was the first week.
Mm-hmm.
It sold that in 7 days. Let's see, more than 100,000 in the first week on Steam and PSN with over 5 million gross revenue. He claims the sales are spread about evenly across both platforms. So let's assume Firewatch sold roughly another 170,000 copies on PS4 with the same amount revenue split. Then we end up seeing a total revenue of about 4 million during the first week after release. That's all it really tells you about total revenue, though, because this is right after it came out.
Mm.
What a great game!
It really is.
Turtle said. The fact that game took $3 million to make.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. And it's also funnier because
Damn it! I wish I could stop fucking yawning.
it's
Go ahead.
okay. It's my fault. I'm yawning.
No, you're not though, are you?
I'm yawning a lot. I've
Are
yawned
you?
like 10 times.
Oh.
Besides that fact, that it was 3 million, you got to think about some indie games that are better than that. There are some indie games that are better than that game, like in terms of now. I will say the dialogue is top tier. The dialogue in that game and the story is phenomenal, like unbelievably good. It's just everything else is kind of like so, you know. Like the graphics are pretty nice, they're cool, but they're very much that game. Like it's a walking simulator. It's meant to be kind of like quirky looking because there's not really any real no combat. There's not any kind of real like actions happening. You know, you're not doing anything but walking around and interacting with objects. And when you interact, the interaction is like a set interaction. Like once you click the button, it takes over and does it for a second. You know what I mean? Like when you chop the axe to move brush from one side to the other, like you just click the button and then he does the motion twice and you're done. Stop it. You shake the whole setup. Like you see everything starts shaking. But then you look at like these indie games with a guy who had like what was Undertale's budget?
Undertale's. It doesn't seem like a lot went into that game.
No, a ton went into it.
No,
It was
I mean
just
as
like
far as like But go ahead.
Undertale budget. Events surrounding the creation of Undertale are just as intriguing as the game. The majority of the game was made by just one guy, Toby Fox, who completed the game at just 23 years old. It was made on a budget of just over $50,000 thanks to a successful Kickstarter campaign.
Damn. How much?
So $50,000. So at 1/30th the cost, he made one of the biggest games of all time. He made the entire soundtrack himself. Every pixel. That game is all him.
Jesus.
I think that like there's
And
something
how much has he made off of it?
I don't even want to know, bro. Hold on, because I think the game is. Like
The game's kind of long, isn't it?
No, I mean it's long, but it's not like unbeatable. It's like I think it's less than 10 hours for the whole campaign if you just fly through it.
Ooh, we should play Undertale.
Ooh, we could play Undertale. It's a great game.
It's one of those ones that you have to make choices too, right?
Yeah, it's not one of those ones like Firewatch though. Like if we played and when we played Firewatch, there's a lot of us just watching the game and like being quiet. Like in
Yeah.
Undertale, there's gonna be lots of jokes being made. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
oh,
talk
yeah,
shit. I'm gonna talk
absolutely.
for the characters. We're gonna give them voices because there's no
Yeah.
dialogue. So like we're gonna have to read everything
We should
out
play
loud.
Undertale.
If we do, I'm playing it
Okay, that's fine.
because you will just fly through audio and dialogue and like you will just not let us read it
That's fine.
and I will lose my mind.
We'll do like one session where you like play all like we do or a couple sessions where you play all the way through and then like I'll play all the way through. You want to do that?
What's it called?
What? Come on, you got it, Charlie.
was trying to see how
your
much it
mic was
made.
right up in the keyboard, so you could just hear you like tapping
Sorry.
away.
First, let's look at Toby Stop's main source of income. Undertale sales on Steam. Undertale costs $10. And
That's not bad.
as for
That's not bad.
what's the
at all.
7th month of the year?
7th month of the
July?
year?
July 12th, 2017 or 21st, sorry. 2,670,000 copies were sold.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
That's a gross income of $26 million
before tax.
just on sales of the game. Not to mention, did you see my message I sent earlier today? I did, Flint. I did. I don't know about that one. I might, but like if we do it, what we're gonna have to do is play both of them,
What?
Portal and Portal 2.
That's fine. I can play that.
I know, but like it would be split screen, and
Why does that
Neither
have to
of
be
us-
Split screen.
because that's how you play Portal 2. And if
like
we
you have to play with somebody for Portal 2.
no, you don't have to, but you can. And if we do that, I'd have to get another controller and hook up. It's a lot harder to hook up 2 controllers to a PC because if you have one, you can literally just plug and play. But 2, you have to like download stuff to differentiate the computer, and you have to have them both plugged up the whole time. And I have a lot of shit plugged into my PC already, so I'd rather stick to 1-player games for now until we can get things set up a little easier. No, you don't. What do you mean? Yes, you do. I've been told this by reputable sources.
Flint says you're wrong.
But either way, I don't want that many things plugged in my PC because I already am like running out of spots to plug shit up, and I have too many things.
I don't know. You sound like
You
you
can just
need
plug
to
them in.
me.
It's hard to plug in a controller. It's not that it's hard to do it, you turkeys. It's hard for my PC to keep up. My PC has like 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It has 18 or 20 USB slots, and I think I only have 5 free ones right now. I've got like 14 or 15. Between these 2 microphones and the whole podcast setup and this keyboard and my mouse and both cameras and my other microphone and my the USB that goes into the mixer
Right.
and the USB that goes into the controller and the USB that goes into both of my hard drives. Like, I've got a ridiculous amount of shit plugged in. I've got wireless things plugged in, like, on the other side of the room, like, that help. It's just, it's annoying. You can just plug them in. I'll literally boot up Portal 2 right now and plug both of my PS4 controllers to do it. Well, first off, I only have one PS4 controller. Second off, everything else I said. Third off, I really just don't want to try it. Because every time I try something new on my PC, it fucks it up
For a little bit.
for a little
And
bit.
then you get fixed. And then it's not a problem anymore.
I wouldn't say that.
I mean, we're doing good.
We're doing. Like, as soon as I let that Creighton guy on my podcast, things just went to shit.
I went to Spartanburg over the weekend.
Oh, yes.
It was
Well,
pretty-
you went to Greenville, right?
Well, Spartanburg and Greenville. both,
Yeah.
While the hurricane was coming through. So that was fun.
Oh, that's nice. What'd y'all do in Greenville? Is there anything in Greenville to do?
So, yeah, there's a lot of shit in Greenville to do. It's like really nice up there. Spartanburg was nice. I went and saw our friend Savannah, who was, for those longtime fans of the Shirts Off podcast,
Has
been a
guest many, many times.
has been a guest many times.
Probably more than anyone else.
Came up with the couch vouch. I don't think she was here more than Kyle was.
It was close. She was
Yeah.
here a lot in the beginning.
Yeah.
She showed up like every podcast for like 10 or 15 podcasts at one
Yeah.
point, where she was here almost every podcast.
And she moved away. She moved to Spartanburg to do
Because she hates us.
college stuff, or like she hates Charlie. She still talks to me. Anyways,
Talks to me too.
and she didn't mention you at all while I was up there. Anyways,
She talks about me. Says she talks to me.
uh-huh.
I talk about you all the time. I don't mention it.
Oh, okay, I got you. Anyways,
Yeah, head ass.
so we were hanging out. There wasn't shit to do, and she was like, "Hey, let's go to Greenville," and I was like, "Okay." I think
Savgon,
I've
but not
been
forgotten.
to Greenville before, but it's
Mhm.
been like a long time.
Yeah, I went with my family a long time ago for like I think it was a wedding
Yeah,
that I didn't
This
even show up for the wedding part. Like I was just
you
there.
just were there.
I was in Greenville and
You
like
was in
my
the area,
everyone
and that's
else.
all that
yeah,
mattered.
exactly.
So we went to Greenville to meet her new boyfriend, who's super cool. He does a bunch of shit, like artistically. I asked him if he would consider himself a graphic designer. He was like, yes, but no, because it's like that would
Well,
be
yes, but actually no.
But like it's because it's like the basic term for it, or what he does, you know, because he does a lot of shit. Like he works on rap music videos, he works on music videos. Period. I think he works.
He's
on-
probably better than a
He-
lot of people with a graphic arts degree.
he makes a lot of graphic art for companies and stuff through like just his online website. And he was talking about renting out a place right there next to City Hall on that Greenville. I guess it's Main Street in Greenville. That's where we were at, I believe. Where we went was fucking expensive as fuck. It's called this is a place called the Nosedive. And it like I knew it was expensive because I looked at the menu and there was a grilled cheese on there. And do you guess how much the grilled cheese was?
It was $12.
It was $10.
$10. I forgot. You told me.
And I was like, oh, okay. So, you know.
I'm not eating.
No, like I did eat because I was like I had money, so I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, you know, I'll get something. It was super nice. Everybody was dressed all fancy. I looked over and this man had a mustache so thick you couldn't see his mouth. It was crazy. And I had a great time. Me and him sat there and talked more than me and Savannah did. Me and Savannah caught up some at her apartment, but like other than that, it wasn't like too much.
What did you get, Creighton?
What did I get? I got this thing called
Double-decker
a
grilled cheese with spinach on
California
it.
a California burger or a West Coast burger. West Coast burger. That's what it's called.
Was it
very-
made of tofu and pixie sticks?
No, it's
Then it
made
wasn't
out
a true California burger. Their food is garbage out there.
Is
no,
Oh,
no.
that's what I say.
Some of it is but a lot of it's good. The barbecue over there, there's like one barbecue place in all of LA, and it was amazing. like,
There's
like-
like fucking barbecue everywhere here.
not really.
A lot of it.
521's the only place that's like true barbecue, like actually
I mean, there's a lot of
barbecue food.
places that make barbecue anyway. Like just
They
like,
just make
like
barbecue.
churches and stuff
Yeah,
like
that's not the same. That's not what I mean. I mean like
Like
honest to
restaurant.
goodness, good. Like 521's the best around here by far. It's not even close.
You don't like,
like-
homemade barbecue?
Homemade barbecue is good, but I'm talking about a place you can go and get barbecue
like
regularly.
yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Like there's this place in LA that was amazing, and then you remember the place? You know the what's the place? What's the place in town at the end of Main
Just
Street
stop.
with the tanks?
with the the league
Yeah.
was it the Legion?
Yeah, that place. Remember the
Okay,
barbecue place next to it?
Yes.
That was the best barbecue place ever. It was better than 521.
Ever?
It was amazing. They
What
gave you
happened to
they
it?
gave you a cup this big of pulled pork and like that big around
Yeah.
for like 14 or 15 bucks, bro.
What
It
happened
was
to it?
stupid. It didn't get enough business,
And they closed.
and he had to close.
Damn.
Like it was the the thing that was amazing. Like the problem was he didn't have enough like reach. Like people didn't know he was there. I don't think.
Mhm.
Like the building was smaller. Like the inside of the building was a little bigger than the like little room we're in. Not counting like my bedroom part.
Yeah.
Like the little cubby that we're in.
yeah.
It was like that big. Like
Really?
that you could actually walk around inside. And the rest was kitchen. Like he had like these stoves.
Kind of
and-
like if you went into like the Pizza Hut over beside our food line or like the Domino's.
Exactly. Like they're just really small.
Yeah.
Excuse me, garçon. This is the standard menu. May I view the value menu? I
It was
fucking
really-
love men. Okay, Blake. I love you too.
It was
prove
really
it.
nice,
Send
though.
Creighton a nude right now. Oh Jesus, here
Oh
we
my
go.
god.
It was really nice.
Yeah, it was really
place.
like it had like I didn't get like paper napkins. I got cloth napkins.
Oh my god.
I got polished silverware. Like for a hamburger.
Yeah, there's
then-
a lot of restaurants. Look, we just live in a shitty place, Creighton. There are a lot of restaurants
then-
that aren't like the best restaurants ever. That are like that.
and then I ate the whole thing in like 10 minutes and I looked around and Savannah and I'm not going to say his name, her boyfriend hadn't even started eating theirs yet. And that's why I knew I fucked up cuz I was like, well, we're going to be here for a while. Cuz I thought we were eating and then going to go walk around the park. No, that was not
No,
the case.
no, a lot of people when they go get food, it's to hang out.
Yeah, no. So, well, like, and I was fine
Around
with that.
here, everywhere that we could hang out sucks, so we eat and then just leave and go hang out somewhere else.
I was fine with that. I just didn't know that was the plan. So I'm sitting there. I've like basically swallowed everything in like that was on my plate in a matter of like seconds. And they're sitting there looking at me like I'm a crazy person. Needless to say though, I hadn't ate anything all day.
You hadn't eaten
I
anything.
haven't ate anything all
They
day.
had fucking cups, bro. Fucking cups.
And like and I felt bad because I was like, damn, I bet they think like I'm just ready to fucking get out of here. But
Mhm.
and like I kind of was, but I was also like only to like go and hang out with him somewhere else. But I had a good time, and we sat there and talked. He showed me a lot of his drawings, you know. It was a good time, like, honestly, like, for real. And then, like, this guy kept scaring the fuck out of me because, like, we had these glasses of water.
The guy that
The
Savannah's
the
boyfriend or-
waitress.
Oh, the
No,
waiter,
no.
waitress.
The waiter, I mean,
Yeah.
kept scaring the shit out of me.
Why?
'Cause, like, I'd be drinking my water, and it's like, he would know. Like, it would
And
get,
just stand over you and like pour.
he would know and just come out of nowhere because my back was facing the window and I was looking at a wall. That was
Mhm.
another reason why I kind of like wanted to like shift because I was like bored.
You don't like
but-
when you can't see everything.
Yes, because I get bored. Like it's not like a paranoia thing. Like I'm not like, oh, somebody's following me, but like I
Next
wanted.
time you go, let's go like during the week.
And what you want to
Like,
go?
yeah, I want to go.
Oh well,
I miss
you know.
Savannah first
Yeah,
of all.
you had your
but this dude
opportunity
seems
to
cool.
go. You had your opportunity to go, and you slept through it.
Bro, you were leaving when I was like at the end of my day. like you were
could
about
have slept
to leave.
on the way there. It takes 2 hours to get there, Charlie.
Bro, no.
Anyways, so I was sitting there, and this guy's fucking awesome. Like I love this guy. He's amazing. And he was showing me his drawings, and we were talking about our different ideologies and stuff, and like what makes what. Because he described himself as a creator, and I was like, oh, that's cool, because that's a lot of like how I think of us, like me and you, because like a lot of stuff, like believe it or not, we put effort into this.
We do? Wait, when did we start putting effort into this shit? I don't think it translates to our viewers.
No, absolutely not. And while we failed miserably, we still
we are
on
putting
some-
effort into it.
on some level
It's
are
like while we suck with our effort sucks, it's effort nonetheless.
yeah. We start at some level creators as far as like the content that we churn out and like
I mean, we have
the
a
things that we
100.
try to
We're on
do.
our 110th episode of this podcast. I mean, it's not an easy thing to do,
No,
and we do it
absolutely.
semi-regularly, like pretty regular. We do it pretty regularly, considering when we started doing it and where we're at having done it. And it is. I would say that we are classified as creators now,
Yeah,
technically.
absolutely. And that's what I felt like because I talked to him more than I talked to Savannah.
Yeah. Well, look,
'Cause
I love
Copenhagen-
Savannah. Savannah's one of my favorite people that I've met in the last 2 or 3 years, and I've met a lot of people, especially like here in town, in the last 2 or 3 years. And Savannah is always going to be that person that when you hang out is going to have something to say about whatever you're saying, but she's not going to like race to say what she says. She's going to wait, sit there, listen,
She's
let
so
everyone
polite.
else.
She's
the
so nice.
She's the like nicest person I've ever met.
And that's horrible for us.
And that's
'cause
terrible
we'll
for
just
us,
talk over
because
her.
we're evil. We're
Yeah,
we're shitty.
We'll just
Interrupting.
Talk over her.
We interrupt each other. Yeah,
we're doing it
suck-
right now.
We're doing it right now.
Like we're basically like as sports commentators just had no filter.
We talk 2 hours a night, and we're trying to make a career out of it.
Yeah.
Like, and the 2 hours is only like a fixed number because you have to go to bed.
Yeah.
Like it is.
And it's just
it is terrible.
honestly, instead of calling it shirts off, we should just called it two guys try to talk over each other for 2 hours. Is it interesting? Maybe.
Is it interesting? Maybe. Rude? Definitely. Hotel Trivago.
Same room.
Same room. They're always fucking clothed. The waiter was a metaphor for self-doubt.
What?
Surprise. What?
The waiter?
They
Wait.
did you
is it-
steal the silverware?
No,
You should have stole it.
I thought about it.
Charlie and effort. What? What an oxymoron. What? Charlie, fuck the mouth of the mannequin. Okay.
Also, this restaurant was like on the main street, but also in a hotel. And the bathroom you had to go through the lobby of this hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like going into a maze, cause like was like, oh, like when I first got in there, I saw where the restroom was, cause I automatically had to go to the restroom as soon as we got there.
Why didn't you do that?
I did. That's
Oh,
what I'm saying.
immediately.
So
Oh,
like I
okay.
got up, I was like, I'll be right back after I got settled in and stuff.
So you
And,
didn't immediately. You
Well,
sat down,
well,
then
I
went
sat
back.
down, and then I was like, all right, I'm going, and then I left, and then, and then like, so there was this arrow at the end of this hall, and I was like, oh, okay, well the door's just gonna be for the bathroom's just gonna be right there, and it'll be quick.
You thought it was going to be easy.
And
That was
I-
where you made a
I
mistake.
turn and there's a wall there, so I'm like, oh, I guess I have to go through the door because this arrow was on the door, on another door. So I open the door, and I walk, and it like this hallway opens up to this amazing quiet lounge, and then there's a fancier restaurant in the back of this restaurant, like with like tablecloths
Yep.
and windows, people all dressed up looking at me looking at them as I'm walking through this hallway awkwardly, and it was almost like like, and they had live music playing there. They had some guy with a guitar just strumming along, like, playing like the best hits of 2011.
I'm glad I hadn't taken a sip yet.
And I look in there, I'm like, is the bathroom in there? And they're like, no, you have to pay to come in here. And I was like, oh, okay. So they're like, good. They're like, good. They're like, go down.
Oh,
to
okay.
They're like,
Sorry, I didn't know my fucking poorness wasn't welcome here.
They're like, because you know what I wear normally. I was wearing like a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah,
some
you
car-
looked like a fucking tourist in Hawaii 3 months
I
ago.
was like wearing a Hawaiian shirt and some cargo shorts.
Yeah.
And they're like, go to the security desk and they'll tell you exactly where the where the bathroom is. So I walk up to the security desk, and he's like, oh, like you here to get a room? And I was like, no, I'm just looking for the bathroom. He's like, oh, okay. And then he
Why you
like
say it like that?
he was relieved. He was
Oh,
relieved.
okay. He was like, I don't want to deal with this guy and his no money.
You could tell by the look of my touristry that I was a tourist.
Or
But
assume
like,
so.
But like a very poor tourist. Like I had no idea where I was going. These are the biggest doors I had ever seen in my
Creighton
life.
thought the lobby was a restaurant and the actual restaurant was a second restaurant.
So, so he points me in this direction, and Charlie, I shit you not, I go down another hallway that's like a maze, and the doors are fucking huge. Like the doors weren't that big that I went from the other restaurant into the lobby of this hotel. These doors, Charlie, were probably 20 feet in the air, like fucking massive, but they were very thin, and I didn't get that because I was like, they don't want any fat people, I guess, coming through them, but tall people they're fine with. And so I come around the corner, and all I see is like a women's restroom. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, like, where's the men's? So I would keep on going, and there's another hallway to the right of the women's restroom. So I had to go down that hallway, and then go down another hallway, and then the men's restroom was on the left. And that was my trip to the bathroom. By the way, I went to the bathroom. It wasn't anything like super fancy. It just looked like a normal restroom. But I guess they keep the fancy restroom at the back of that other fancy restaurant that was in there.
I want to tell you a very quick story.
Okay.
Blake said give each other foot jobs with his channel points while you were telling that story. And then Nick said give each other foot jobs. And Copenhagen agreed and did an up arrow. And then someone named Lobby for You up arrowed. And I was like, I was going to interrupt you and be like, Lobby for You, why would you come in here and agree with that guy? And then before I could say anything, he said Donkey, my man. I was like, oh, that all makes sense. So I just wanted to catch you up on that. Lobby for You is a Donkey Wiggle stan.
Also, I walked into this thing, and you know how like the floor looks in the hangars of the Death Star, like it's black and shiny.
Yeah.
That's what the floor in this like hotel lobby looked like.
I think I need to take you to some baller restaurants.
That's fine.
Because I feel like this amazing shit to you. You don't understand that there's a lot of normal restaurants and places that are just super nice.
I just enjoy
that like
this.
it's better than shitty Lancaster. There's no nice restaurant in Lancaster. Not really.
I enjoy
The closest thing was Charlie's when it was open. It was pretty nice on the inside, and they actually had live music, and they'd have someone sit there and play piano for 4 hours, and like you're sitting in a relatively nice like locale, but it's like there's nothing really on the walls. Like it had a relatively interesting looking carpet, I guess. like there was actually part of the floor, not like just throw rug. You know, like they had the best that a small town could do for a nice restaurant, but there's nothing here. That
I
is
just
like
enjoy the
Jin's
simple
is
things.
Jin's is probably the only other thing that was
But it's
kind
gone
of
too.
and it's gone too.
Japan.
No, what? Japan looks like a diner on the inside.
I had a good time though, and like I enjoyed
Yeah.
the thing. By the way, we had such a good conversation. This guy paid for my meal.
That's pretty baller.
Right? I loved it. I thanked him
I wanna
profusely, and then I did the tip.
I want to take you to Cherokee and take you to Brio's in Cherokee. They have a restaurant in the casino called Brio's, and bro, it is amazing. Creighton was confused by a nice lobby fucking caveman. That's what I was saying, bro. The man is, he just doesn't understand. You've been, Donkey is a lobby stand. What's the opposite of,
Wine and dine.
no,
Wine, dine, and 69. I just remember Kevin from The Office saying that.
I think Creighton sees himself as like an explorer and a traveler, when in reality he just drives all over our town all the time. And like, sure, he's moving around and traveling a lot technically and putting miles in, but like for the most part you're in like one area. Like we need to go to like some like stupid
Well, let's
restaurants.
go. Let's
I'll
go
do
when
it.
we go to Atlanta. What is Atlanta not having anything nice?
I don't want to not. No, Atlanta probably has some great places. I mean, it's a big city with a lot of money, but the problem is like, I don't want to risk going places I don't know are great.
Oh,
I'd ra-
I get what
you know what I mean? Because it's still Atlanta, and
Yeah.
Atlanta can be a scary place.
We went to Cracker Barrel the last time we went to Atlanta.
I do know people in it. What am I saying? I know. Hold on.
Wait, you getting an itinerary already? He's doing it. He's gonna get an itinerary ready.
No, I have a friend in Atlanta. I forgot is there, and I want to talk to him about going to the thing with us.
Oh, that's cool.
Anyway.
Anyway,
we need to go to Cherokee because one, you'll just like Cherokee. You've never
Yeah.
been, and it's fucking awesome.
I
Like,
wouldn't even gamble probably. I'll
yeah,
just
have you
like
ever
it.
seen The Perks of Being a Wallflower, the movie?
No, I haven't.
No?
no.
There's a scene in it that's really good where he's talking about in Pittsburgh. There's this tunnel that you go through to get into like the
A
city
secret
limits.
tunnel?
No,
Oh.
it's a normal. It's like this big like highway tunnel that you go through, and like it's like iconic. It's like an iconic tunnel. Like
Right.
in pop culture, in like movies and TV, and just in like geographically, like people who go through it, it's like a cool experience because you go through this giant tunnel, and I forget it has a name, and I can't remember the name of the tunnel, but you go through this giant tunnel, and you come out the other end, and it's Pittsburgh. Like you arrive, and out of the tunnel, you just see Pittsburgh, and it's this awesome, like experience. And in the movie Perks of Being a Wallflower, it's like a big moment. And with Cherokee, there's like a way you get into Cherokee through the mountains. There's like two main ways. There's like a highway you can take that technically gets you in the mountain, but it's kind of like always packed. Now, granted, right now it might not be because of COVID. Or you can go through the mountain, like go the way of the mountain and like down the winding roads, and it's terrifying because
I love
you
winding
could,
roads.
but you could just fly off the mountain, and there's like rocks just jutting out and like about to destroy you, like every turn. Like you have to be very good at driving and maneuvering
I
around
can
them.
do that.
Maybe. Anyway, it's awesome, and it's very much like that tunnel in Pittsburgh because when you finally get to the road that gets you to Cherokee, like you just round a bend, and then mountain behind it, in the center of the top of this mountain, you just see the casino, and it's like it's not like a big like geometrically shaped like just straight line building that has like windows. It's like this big, cool like artistic siding, like colorful, like different colored lights going all over the edges, and like it's just this awesome looking. And then you go inside, and it's even cooler. It's such an awesome casino, and like I've been to like 10 casinos, and I love like casinos are cool. They're like they're known for like the good ones are known for like their cool architecture. Like in Vegas, like the ceiling in Vegas in the Mandalay Bay, it's like one of the coolest casinos I've ever seen. Like you sit there and you just look at the ceiling. Like you don't even care about everything else in Vegas. You're like, how the fuck did they make this ceiling? Like it's amazing. And then same when you get to Cherokee, like the whole inside is just, and outside, like the whole area is just this really cool, like different place. You know what I mean? You go there and you're like, oh yeah, there's a
This
reason
is
this is like a destination. Charlie, why did you delete in the upload of you fucking a Nazi flag? I didn't do that. Charlie, why did you delete the... Okay, well, they're saying that now. Charlie is describing Cherokee like a child describing their first time at Chuck E. Cheese. It feels like that.
It does.
Like for how do you know?
No, I mean like the way like. I mean,
Oh,
it
you're saying
sounds
that's
like,
how-
Yeah, it does sound.
Well,
like
like it feels like an adult Chuck E. Cheese. I mean, what's an adult Chuck E. Cheese? It's a bunch
a
of kids
casino.
playing... Yeah, it's playing games for tickets where they get prizes. Like at a casino, you go, you take money, you hope you win. If you don't, you don't. It's the same thing. Charlie, the other night when you burned a copy of the Diary of Anne Frank, I threw up. Why would you do that? Flint, you didn't have to delete that. That was a funny one. It's terrible, though. Don't get me wrong.
awful.
But it was funny. I mean...
Guess who I saw the other night, by the way?
Who?
So
Why'd you laugh?
For the
Who is
fir-
it? Just
for-
say who it is.
for the first time in a long time, I went to Applebee's to hang out. After we took you to work,
Okay.
and I was hanging out like with Kayla, and like I haven't been to Applebee's in months, right?
Mm-hmm.
And every fucking time I go to Applebee's, I see Nick, and I was like, "There's no way I'm gonna see him tonight. Like he has no reason to be in Lancaster." And I shit you not,
Nick's
I'm
there.
sitting there waiting for Kayla,
Of course he's there.
and I see his car pulling, like right before I'm about to go in. And I was like, oh my God. Because he had just told me the other day when we went out to Mariachi's that he doesn't really go to Applebee's anymore. You remember that?
You can never believe that shit.
I know, right?
He's not going to say that and mean it. It's
and
Nick.
then, like, we roll up in there, he's hanging out with his own group of friends.
Yeah, he's
Like,
got his
how-
Applebee's buddies.
Like, how dare he have his own group of friends that aren't us?
How dare you not let Nick have friends? Nick, you hear this guy? What the fuck? What is wrong with you?
So it was really fun to
You
see.
evil man.
It was really fun to see Nick, and he was like, "Hey," and I was like, "Hey," because like he didn't see me. So what I did at first was text him, just say, "I see you."
Oh my god, I love doing that. I love being out in public and like people not seeing me and me just like stalking them.
Because he started like freaking out. He's like looking around. He's like, "Where is he? Where is he?" And see, I was at like a place where he couldn't see me at first, and then he saw me, and I was
That's hilarious.
like, "Yes."
I love that. That's the best part when you're like not easy. It's not an easy thing. Applebee's buddies. That's fucking depression fuel. Damn. It was good to see you too. Applebee's in this town is, Nick, forgive my French, garbage. I hate.
They got
our
dollar
Applebee's.
margaritas right now.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure Kayla got annihilated. She probably drank 4.
I was having a good time too. I got the the shark bowl.
Oh, of course you did.
Then I got
You
something else.
degenerate
I got a
alcoholics.
blue Hawaiian. The blue Hawaiian, or no, I got something else that was like pink, but it was just like rum. Like the whole thing was just
Mhm.
rum with some pink food coloring. So I was really feeling that shit after a little bit. And then, like, you know,
Right.
it's a pretty good time. No alcohol required. But there was alcohol.
Didn't need alcohol to have a good time, but alcohol happened and it was a good time.
And then, like, we hung out at Waffle House for a long time after that just to kind of eat and, like, sober up and stuff. And
Yeah.
so it was a nice time, you know? I love that, by the way, that you can just, like, as soon as Applebee's closes, be like, all right, moving to Waffle House.
I miss I wish we had a place. I wish we had I wish our town had more money. Like I wish this town, like the city, had like
Yeah.
a better
We could
economy.
get a better Applebee's.
No, fuck Applebee's. We just would have restaurants that were like restaurants that would just stay open. You know, like really late.
Oh, like all the time?
Yeah, like it'd
Well,
be cool to
Applebee's
have.
used to be that place before COVID.
Uh,
They used
well,
to
no,
stay
they-
up till like 2 in the morning.
Yeah, they say open that late, but like we're degenerates. Like you, me, our friends. Like we stay at places till 4 or 5 in the morning. Sometime. It would be cool if there was just a place you could do that.
Yeah,
So,
like a place like Cheers, like that
That's a
on
bar.
Cheers. We need a
That's
a
a little
bar.
different. It would be cool to have like a bar that just that just stayed open all day, like 24
all
hours.
the time. Winking used to be like that.
Winking was 24 hours.
Roughly that. I mean, there would be people leaving there at like 5 in the morning, but it was kind of rough.
Well, yeah, it's a little different. That's the only problem with bars in this town is like they're gonna get populated by like the rough people.
That's all right. We can be rough too.
No, Applebee's is for high school couples on their 3-month anniversary and divorced middle-aged men.
Look, it's funny that you say that, Copenhagen, because there's a couple of friends of mine that like just graduated high school that just had a baby and stuff that I saw in Applebee's the time before this time that I went there. They're so cute.
It's their 5-year anniversary, 5, 6, 7, depending on when in high school they got together.
Yeah, I don't know. They just got out of high school though, so and they just had a
Oh, they
baby
just
too.
did. You mean?
Yeah, like,
Oh,
they
okay. I thought you
just
meant like
graduated.
when we were in high school. They
No,
got
no,
together.
no,
Okay,
no,
I got
no,
you.
no,
I got you. I got you.
Like I met them through a friend that I work with who was a lot younger than me, obviously.
Yeah.
And like, cause I went to his birthday party for some reason. He was like, "Hey, you want to come to my birthday party?" I was like, "Sure." I mean, like, I'm gonna be old as fuck there, but like, you know.
Let's splurge, honey. Get the wonton tacos. I feel like you think that 23 is like way older than
Well,
18,
compared, well, this wasn't 18 or 19. This
You're
was
saying
more
people
like,
that just graduated.
yeah, but they graduated early.
Okay, how
Like-
early? 3 years
like
early?
16-ish.
So a year early? Not
I don't
even?
know, something like that.
Y-
It's young to me. Like I feel like that's pretty young. It's
Okay.
almost 10 years. Like it's closer to 10 years younger than I am. Shit, my
What?
brothers. Yeah, cause
you mean closer to 10 than 3?
yeah, because
like-
it's 3 years away from being 10 years older than me. That's 7 years, Charlie.
Yeah, wow, you're so good at math.
Thank you.
That's crazy. You just
Thank
did
you.
so much
I
math.
just feel like for that age,
if they're 16.
mindset wise, compared to me. Now, granted, I'm not saying like I'm a fucking genius or anything, but I'm saying there's definitely a change in mindset from like
Yeah.
16 to 23.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, obviously from 23 to 30. You know? Which is not
I mean,
like
yeah,
a big deal.
I've gone
It's
to
not
a
like
lot
I
of
wouldn't hang out with
I've gone to
them, but-
parties where I was the youngest guy by 10 years
yeah,
or more.
but I'm just saying, like,
And like
it
I can
is a
keep, people
little
can
bit,
keep up. Some people can keep up with younger
They
people
can.
and older people. I'm just saying like
They can. I'm just saying it's a little bit weird for me. To me, you
Mhm.
know?
it would be weird if you were going there with the intention of like meeting a girl.
Yeah.
That would be weird. But if you're just going because your friend is there, I don't think it's that weird. You're
yeah,
the, you're
no,
the
no,
cool
no.
older friend at
yeah.
that point.
And it just feels like it's not creepy yet, but it's like, damn, a couple
I
of years
had
from
to-
now it could be creepy.
Yeah, I had to deal with that for the last 10 years constantly with a generation of kids like 5 like 4 and like to 6 years younger than me because of my sister.
Yeah.
Because like she would just bring fucking 10 people to our house, and I'd be sitting in my computer chair, no shirt on, and gym shorts, playing Call of Duty, and like all of a sudden she'd walk in with 8 people and be like, "See." and I'd be like,
And you'd be like, sunlight.
no, they were like, they would all just walk in and be like just sit there for like 5 minutes and hang out, and I was like,
Like chill with you?
yeah, and I'm like uninvited.
Did they drink your Sprite?
No, I hope not.
What about your
It was
G Fuel?
my Sprite, probably. No, they were just. She was always introducing me because
Yeah.
people, I don't know, and it was
She
like,
wanted you to know her friends.
I guess I only ever remember like 2 or 3. There's only like 2 or 3 that I know that are cool. Sorry, all of her friends. I mean 2 or 3 that like stuck around that I like got to know that are cool.
Yeah.
But
How many can you name off the top of your head?
hold on, I can do this. Rachel, Morgan.
I don't know if we can do more
There was a Kayla, right? The one with the hair. Caroline, is it Kayla? I don't know. Rachel and Morgan are the ones I remember the most because I've known Rachel for like fucking 10 years or something now. Like I know her. She's been one of her friends forever.
Yeah.
She has like a few friends but she'd bring like 10 at a time, and like dude, there are definitely people like friends of hers I met 15 times that I
That
can't
you just
remember.
don't remember.
Not even not a face.
There's
not
like a couple
name.
that I remember. I remember.
Sounds like the cast of Friends.
I remember
right?
Rachel, Donovan, Chandler.
Chandler. I remember
hang out
Chandler.
with
I remember
us
Chandler.
Down
That was-
here
yeah, I remember
one
that.
time briefly.
What flavor? Wait. Storylines of G Fuel at the cool party. Oh, blood orange, best flavor. Great and pretend to be Hitler. Let's see if it turns Charlie on. Let's splurge, honey. Get the wonton tacos. That's a great line. I'm not a genius or anything. A hotel lobby in Greenville agrees. I mean, it's undisputable, honestly.
I just get impressed by the little things.
Right.
That's what's important to me.
My favorite flavor condom is poppin' the cherry. Thank you for that, Nick. Thank you for that.
Do you do lines of G Fuel off of that condom?
That cannot be a good. You got that. That cannot be a good prelude. You have to do that post act.
The cherry adds to the flavor of the red swimmingly.
I hate you. I prefer brownie surprise. What were we talking about?
Snorting G Fuel.
I think you can hang out with people much younger or much older than you, and like.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely on
The-
that side of things. It's just all about your intentions with hanging out with those people.
Well, the only real problem is probably the intentions of a younger group.
Yes,
That's the real
yes,
problem. Is if they're
exactly.
way younger, like that young, like that young is like a scary place to be hanging around.
Honestly.
If the wrong like feelings are in the air for
Well, it's
them.
all about the implication.
You know, the implication. I love how in the scene he goes like, it's the implication. Like he gets all like he's like moving his face, and he's like the implication. Like he stops and he's like making sure you understand what he's saying. I have to watch that show. I have to finish The West Wing and then watch It's Always Sunny. I like that scene alone is selling me to the entire show. It's so great.
There's another scene where, like, he's been sending D to the store to tip like this cashier who's like 17,
Mhm.
and then he's like, when she turns 18, I'm gonna make a hefty withdrawal. And they're like, that's kind of fucked up, man. He's like, no, it's not grooming. It's just
The implication. I have to make a text chat in our Discord right now.
just for It's Always Sunny.
No. Create channel. I'm literally gonna make a text chat where we put in a quote and then what it's from for a soundboard in the future.
Okay.
So that we all have a list of. We start having a list of things growing that we add to the soundboard in the future.
Hey, Charlie, you got a little bit of red on your nose. Were you snorting some G Fuel earlier? Look at me, rubbed his nose.
Do I
too.
actually? Well, my eye was itching.
No,
Do
was
I
just
actually
fucking
have
with
something?
you. It
Oh,
wouldn't
okay.
even be up there. Do you snort up here or do you snort down here?
No,
Charlie?
my eye was itching. I said.
Oh, I thought you said your eye.
Hold on.
Your nose. Creighton is
It's
in that nice hotel was kind
the
of
implication.
domestic. I can't read what Copenhagen say. You're gonna have to read it.
I will. Okay. Hey Oxy, don't want to influence them badly, like snorting G Fuel. Creighton in that nice hotel was kind of like a domestic brote in a way.
I think he means
Bro.
brute.
No, it's
Brote?
Copenhagen. He's not gonna fuck his
Yeah.
words up. Hold on.
If you haven't snored G Fuel in Charlie's room with his sister. Borat. Domestic Borat.
Oh, Borat. He did mess it up.
Ah.
I literally looked up brote. What is brote? Brote in the Urban Dictionary.
Is he,
A vessel used by hunks for sailing the high seas. Slow broats go to China.
oh, I get it. It's like boat, but bro. Like bro.
Broat. It's a broat. If you haven't started G Fuel in Charlie's room with his sister, you're a loser. First of all, you spelled you were wrong. It's the apostrophe R-E.
Charlie, how many dicks can you fit down your throat at once?
Nick, why do you ask questions like this? Why do you always...
I saw a meme for that the other day. It's like, how many dicks? Like, there's 1,000 dicks on the wall. How many are you gonna choke on? And you're like, I wouldn't choke. And you're like, he says like, I wouldn't swallow them or something like that. And he's like, I don't know. It's funny. I gotta find it. Just read it.
Yeah,
I'm
you're so
fucking it
good
up.
at telling it.
I'm
like
fucking it up.
post-haste. I don't give a fuck if I did it wrong. You are a bitch.
But it was, you know what the meme format
donned.
was? It was that one where Captain America's in the elevator and then he's whispering to the guy, and then the next thing is like they're all trying to find him.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is from like two or three different movies.
What do you mean?
So the one where he's whispering in the ear is from Endgame, and then when they're
Yes.
all finding him is from
Yep.
Civil.
It's genius.
not Civil
Memers
War.
are really getting
Yeah.
good at meming.
But it like the way it's done, it's like the same scene.
I want to know for research because I love you. Right.
By the way, that elevator scene's amazing.
Bro, both of the elevator scenes are amazing. Like, dude, when we saw it, bro, I wish we were friends our whole life instead of that 2-year gap where we weren't friends anymore. I wish we'd seen that movie together, bro. You would have loved it. Like that theater we were in with the group, we were there. I've told this story like 6 times on the podcast. And I always love telling it. I don't care. We were there 5 hours early, bro. I got to see the best thing in history. I got to see the people that thought 2 hours early was enough. Like, it was early
Quentin
enough.
wanted to go see a whole ass other movie, and you were
Bro.
like, no.
I was so mad at Quentin. I was like, are you fucking stupid? We're not watching Shazam and then going and seeing Endgame, you fucking idiot, or whatever. Well, I think it was Shazam. It was like Shazam, or I think it was Ant-Man and the Wasp is what he wanted to go see first. Because Ant-Man and the Wasp was the movie, like the next movie. Or the movie right before. Because in order it came out, it was Captain Marvel, like 3 or 4 months after Infinity War.
Yes.
And then Ant-Man and the Wasp was like a month and a half or 2 months before Endgame. Charlie, I thought the best thing in history to you was the Holocaust. Jesus Christ. Nick, please.
Is it not?
I hate you. You stop helping them, encouraging this behavior. But we went in there 5 hours early, saw the movie. All those scenes, like all those big moments, were amplified by the fucking waves of clapping and like like a whole theater of everybody gasping is the bro. It's
Bro,
so awesome.
I saw
When
it.
he said, "Hail Hydra," bro, everyone
I
went.
was like,
Everyone was like, oh, like
Yeah.
everyone was like, oh shit, like bro, people went bananas, and then he walks out smiling, and everyone's like, yeah, like just cheering. But it was like all those scenes you see. It was
so
fucking.
I went
I bet
and
I was
saw
one
it-
of those and just didn't know.
I
like,
went
in
and
those,
saw
in
the
those things.
midnight premiere of it on
Yeah.
Thursday. Like I know it came out probably earlier that day, but
It
that
did, yeah,
night,
yeah. That was when we went. We
that
saw the
night,
day
I went
before,
at
like
midnight.
at 7.
I went at midnight. I went to a packed theater.
Mhm.
I went with someone who I was
Dude,
dating at
if
the
there was an
time.
empty seat in our theater, like I'd be surprised.
I was scared we weren't gonna make it. We made it just in time. The seats were all right. They weren't as good as I would have liked them to
Yeah.
be. But it it was the midnight premiere. I was gonna fucking like love it either way.
Yeah.
That scene, where he goes to snap and then it's like.
Bro, everyone went bananas.
Like,
everyone
you
laughed
could-
in ours.
you
We're like, because it was like a joke almost. It was
you
like
could
a
hear a pin
punchline.
drop almost because it
Yes.
was like so like
Bro.
it was like and then everybody was like kind of like nervous laughing afterwards.
We're like, and then it showed Tony,
Yeah.
and everyone goes, ah! Like, bro,
Yes,
everyone
yeah,
fucking
the
bananas.
whole theater blew up
The
because
theater
everyone
like,
was like
standing
"Ah,"
ovation,
like,
clapping. Everyone was going bananas,
and then they got quiet for him to say, "And I am Iron Man."
And then, bro, we went fucking ballistic. Bro, the portal scene,
Yes.
when we heard Sam's voice, oh, I have goosebumps on my feet. Oh, I feel, bro, when Sam started talking, and Cap like stopped walking. Like first off, when Cap started walking, everyone was like, "Yes, you Cap!" Like people were going like, "Yeah," like 'cause they were like, "He's about to walk into this army and just fight." Like
Yeah.
he doesn't give a fuck. He's gonna fight as long as he can, bro. Wait, hold on. Was on the phone with a chick last night. Dude comes in and says, "What's up?" And then she said, "Ooh, no, you have herpes." What? What the fuck are you talking about? Endgame was bullshit. Where the fucking hell was Batman? First of all, fuck you.
I'm upset Daredevil wasn't
Listen. Yeah, I'm a little bit. It would have been really cool if like the Defenders were came through the portals. Listen, I don't know.
there. He was like, "Is that everybody? Did you want any more?" And I was like, "Yes, Daredevil. Where is he?
Where are all the people? You know what would have been nuts is if Adam Warlock just showed up out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Could you imagine?
bro.
Anyway, I divert.
You diverge?
No,
Divergent? That's a different movie, Charlie.
I digress. But
I
I don't. I
digress.
digress
I
back to what I
digress.
was saying.
I'm the best there is.
I digress. I'm the best. There's no one like me. I digress.
I got a small loan of $1 million.
Small loan of $1 million. My big hand. I got the biggest hands. My hands are bigger than anyone's hands. No one has bigger hands than me.
I got tremendous hands.
I don't know. Actually, Jessica Jones should have been there. Yeah, I haven't
God.
seen Charlie this hyped since.
I
God damn it.
missed 2015 when he was running. He was just saying shit like that. Like,
Oh,
had
so
big
funny.
hands.
So
then we were like, he's not gonna win.
imagine Donald Trump showed up through one of the portals. Could you imagine?
There
But-
was like no love for Thanos at the end of that movie. Everybody was just like, "Get
I
the
loved
fuck
him.
out of here." I loved
Still,
him.
he was
too.
a great bad guy.
Yeah, I wish they had.
There need to be motion capture nominations at the Oscars.
There does.
Because Josh Brolin, fucking,
In Infinity War, when he's like,
he's the main character. That's
Yeah.
his movie. That's why he wins. It's a movie about him.
yeah,
That's such a good bro. See, we weren't friends for so long. Like that movie, dude. Did I ever tell you what happened to Paul when we went and saw that movie?
no,
Me, Paul, and Quentin went to see that movie. Just the three of us.
okay, what happened?
Me and Quentin got to the theater, and Paul was like going to look at the menu for like popcorn and like drinks and shit. And me and Quentin went to the bathroom, and we just went in the direction of our theater. So he thought we went in there, and he saw the theater and the number, and like the doors are open. So he just went in, and he walked in at the scene where Thanos puts the time stone in after ripping it out of Vision's head, and like starts to turn back. Or not the time stone, the other stone.
Yeah, yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
like he turns it
Yeah, yeah.
to put Vision together.
No.
And like he saw that, and then we are getting out of the bathroom, and he walks out, and he's like his head, like he looks just mind blown. We're like, what? And he was like, I just had the whole movie spoiled, bro.
I would be so mad.
He was so mad.
I would be mad.
He was so mad. I've never seen Paul. I've seen him mad. I've seen him really mad. I might have seen him more mad than that, maybe once or twice ever, like because of a school thing. But bro, he was fucking like he was red.
I'm
Like his
just
face was
trying
red. He
to-
looked like he'd been drinking for 10 hours,
I'm just
nothing but Bud
trying
Light.
to imagine so if I was Paul, just walking in theater and thinking like, oh, okay, the movie's starting, and then you see that scene specifically,
Bro.
that he gets like, because that's when the last stone that he gets,
Yeah, it's the very
then,
last moments of
like,
the movie.
finding the willpower to just walk back out.
Bro.
You know what I mean?
Bro, he was furious.
Yeah.
He was like livid. He almost told us. We were like, dude, don't you fucking tell us. We'll leave. We'll leave you. We'll steal your keys.
Did you
and,
think
and
he
leave.
was going to win, like going into that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the only way it was going to work. They can't have two movies
Yeah.
and him lose the first one. What's he going to do in the second one? Lose again? Like, this is going to be a big losing for the back. No, the way he has to win. It's the only thing that makes sense. Like, yeah, no, I mean, he had to. The only thing I thought otherwise was, like, maybe he wouldn't. Like, I thought the snap would happen at the beginning of the second movie.
Really?
Like, maybe. Like, I thought if that was going to happen, it would happen then. Maybe not.
Yeah.
But then they did that to us and made us wait a year.
I didn't think he was going to get all the stones in the first movie.
That's what I was thinking.
I
I was
honestly
thinking-
thought it was going to be like he got half of them, and then like it was going to be like a cliffhanger.
I was thinking the snap would be the last thing that happens. And then the beginning of the first movie, it opens back up on the snap,
Yeah.
and everyone disappears.
Which that kind of happened a little bit.
But not really, because
Yeah.
we did see who the main people that
Yeah.
get snapped away, which
The
was
scene,
fucking
the scene at
devastating.
the beginning of the Endgame when he's like doing like the arrow with his daughter. Because with
as soon as that happened, I was like, everyone in the theater knew, bro. Everyone in
Yeah.
our theater was like, no,
Yeah,
because
like-
they knew what,
like,
what that meant.
with the music,
Like, bro, everyone was
with the
fucking
music
devastated.
in Infinity War, it's like, oh, this is sad, but like you got to think about like just in real life, you like there's no sound with that. It's just 1 second they're there, and then the next second they were gone. then he's just like, the fuck, what's happening?
Bro,
His whole family.
everyone in that movie, everyone in Endgame. Infinity War has some great, like, acting. Like, Thanos is great in it. Tony's great in it. Doctor Strange is great at it. Like, all those guys like who usually are great did great things. But in Avengers Endgame, like, you have legitimate, like, supporting actor nomination caliber acting from Chris Evans, from Robert Downey Jr., from Josh Brolin, from Chris Hemsworth, more than pretty much anybody. Him and Jeremy Renner fucking annihilate in that movie. They are amazing. Like, the best thing about the MCU is the casting. There's nothing else better. The best thing is the people they get to play the role and take it seriously. It's not just like it's not Fantastic Four. It's not like campy comic book movies. It's comic book movies with phenomenal acting in them, like, for a comic book movie. Like, you're having quality, serious actors, like Oscar caliber actors playing superheroes, like, in the best way they can, like, acting wise, like, to the best of their ability in terms of, like, what they bring to the role. Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man is one of the greatest castings of anybody ever. Like, the MCU is, like, some of the, like, 3 or 4 of the best casted characters of all time. Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace. One of the greatest castings of anybody ever. Fucking Doctor Strange, bro. Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange is fucking amazing. Like, you have so many unbelievable. Josh Brolin as Thanos. Chris Evans as Captain America. Like, who? There was someone else I saw that could have been John Krasinski could have probably been a great Captain America, but, like, I could never see him do the same thing. It never would make sense in my head. Not really.
Yeah.
Like, he could have done it, and it would have probably been awesome, and we'd have the same argument about him that we're having right now for Chris Evans. But it was Chris Evans. He was Captain America, and he's a great actor. You watch Knives Out, and he's not Captain America anymore. He gets away from being Captain America in a minute and a half. In less than a minute of you seeing him, you don't believe he's Captain America anymore.
Absolutely.
And that movie's great. That's one of those other movies where, like, the cast is just fucking amazing. It's such a good fucking movie. My favorite Marvel character is Hulk Suzuki. That was America's cock, bro. That was such a great day. Like, it was, like, it's so weird that we're, like, celebrating a dick pic, but, like, the internet celebrated it. Even the people that were like hating it loved it, and the people that, like, loved it, like that hated it happened to them because of, like, all the anxiety, kind of loved it because it was like, it was this big moment of everybody coming together for our hero, Chris Evans. What?
It was a big moment.
It was a big moment for us all coming together. If the MCU was rated R, I would probably watch it. You haven't watched it. Anyway.
You just made Charlie angry. And you wouldn't like him.
Flint, you should watch it anyway. There's some, like, rated R moments in the MCU.
Not really.
A couple.
What?
In the first Iron Man, there's some, like, borderline, like, in the desert with Josiah.
Yeah.
Like, there's a couple moments where, like, it could have got, if they, like, extended the scene like 5 more seconds and showed us everything, could have got a little rated R. I'm trying to think which ones could have been, like,
probably, like, the darker ones.
Yeah. I'm trying to think which movies.
There's definitely moments in the Winter Soldier that could have been darker.
Dude, Winter Soldier, if it had been rated R, would have been one of those, like, it would have been the best for sure. It would have. Right now, it's, like, kind of tied for me. It's like Infinity War, Endgame, Winter Soldier are, like, all the best movies.
Winter Soldier is, like, such a game changer.
It put a new definition on what could be classified as a comic book movie. Because it, like The Dark Knight did that first. But then the MCU comes along, and it's all comic book movies, and they're awesome, and it's like they're making this cohesive universe. But then they have this fucking crazy-ass movie happen.
Your grandparents' shield.
Bro, when that shit when that movie came out and you realized, like, 40 minutes in what the movie was going to be, you're like, wait a second. It has, like, 5 holy shit what the fuck moments in it.
Yeah.
That, like, if you didn't know anything about the comics, you had no clue was coming. Like, I didn't see any of it coming. Like, any of the big I saw one big thing coming.
Like what?
I don't want to say because I want Flint to watch it.
Oh, okay.
But
is it about the Winter Soldier specifically?
Yes, that big thing. I saw that coming only when I saw the movie. because of the thing earlier.
Kind of gave it away.
Yeah, a little
There's
bit. But like at the
yeah.
beginning of the movie,
But it was such a well-known thing. It'd
Yeah.
be like, oh, Jason Todd is Red Hood. You know what I
yo,
mean?
hold on, just be careful. You're gonna give too much
Well, he
away.
doesn't know who that is.
He might. You don't know. He might be a DC fan.
Flint, you're not a DC fan.
I don't like superhero movies. Well, fuck you. I'm kidding. I love you, Flint.
See
But
what
watch
I mean,
them.
Though?
I've
Like,
never seen a comic book movie because I'm not a child. Okay.
I like
Well,
The Boys
I'm not
because
even
they-
gonna. I'm not even gonna have that argument because they literally have superheroes fucking.
Well, there you go.
Tony Stark does some fucking, but it's not with superheroes. It's not like a super. It's not him and another superhero.
He
It's-
does in the comics with other superheroes.
That would, yeah. No, that would probably check it. Do any of the? There's a lot of romantic chemistry between Avengers, but none of them ever really go through with anything.
Oh no, they do in the comics.
In the,
yeah.
I'm just talking about the MCU.
Oh yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. fucks a bunch of chicks in his movies, like just his movies. Iron Man and Civil War were both pretty rough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Civil War was pretty. Andy Serkis losing his arm in Age of Ultron could have been an R moment. Yeah, they just didn't actually show it was the problem.
Yeah.
Like they have to. They would have had to actually like show it happen. They kind of like they
He didn't
show it,
even
but they
cut
don't.
It. He just went like karate
Yeah.
chop.
Yeah. When is the asshole reveal? That's at episode 600.
James Spader as Ultron is also great casting.
Yeah, but dude, there's not a lot of bad casting in the MCU. Like, even Edward Norton as the Hulk was great casting. It just kind of went a different way with him and with everyone because he creatively he wanted it to be darker,
Yeah.
and they didn't. They wanted it to be more like MCU, and that's one of those things I kind of hated because the Hulk is a character they've done well, like done dark, could be fucking
Amazing.
incredible.
Like a Hulk, Incredible Hulk.
I hate you. All right, I love you guys. I'm gonna go to bed. Good night, Oxy.
I think,
Have a good night.
and I personally believe that if
Clip
we
it
had,
and ship boys.
if we had the right people behind the Hulk, we could have a Dark Knight level movie.
That's true,
Out of
Copenhagen.
that shit.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we could have had Dark Knight level shit in the MCU a bunch of times
Yeah.
if they had, like if they decided to like plug in the right plugs, like if they
Yeah.
decided to like go not cut the film, keep going, go the full rated R moment. But you know, I like what they've decided to do
I like
overall.
it too. It's definitely, but it feels very much like, you know, when you're bowling and like you have like the little rails that pop up to keep your ball from going into the gutter.
Yeah,
It feels like that when I'm watching it. And whereas I'm watching The Dark Knight
pulls the holes. gentlemen.
or
Let's get this
or
done.
Deadpool or anything like that, it feels like those rails are gone and you can go into the gutter. You know.
Pulls the holes, gentlemen. Let's get this done before the neighbors go to bed. Shut the windows, keep the stank in. God damn. Okay, those are some words I said
That's
out
one
loud.
way to do it.
That's one way to do it. Title: Shirts Off Podcast number 600. Right. Doctor Strange could have been disturbing if done correctly, but they fucked it up, and I'm pissed. Well, low key, they were talking a long time about making the second one rated R, but it's still going to be more of a horror movie.
I hope so.
Yeah, that's
Goddamn,
what I'm
we need-
hearing.
I would love to see a superhero horror movie. I love horror movies in general. You know me.
I hear
like,
that that's what they did with New Mutants.
Yeah, that's what they were going to do, but then they've re-edited it where it's not like that.
Did you watch it?
I haven't seen it yet.
It's
But
in theaters.
so it's also on Hulu now. I
Oh,
think,
okay.
or something like that. So what they were going to do with New Mutants is make it a horror movie, but it was still going to be in the X-Men universe, and then X-Men got bought and all that got bought by Disney.
Yeah, Fox bought. Bro, you know how much that deal was worth?
And then
Do you know how much that deal was
it was
worth?
a lot, wasn't it? Like,
$71 billion.
Jesus.
They-
These
that's
people
what
just
Disney
are-
bought
They're
them
just
for.
throwing money, like you
They're
know.
not throwing it. I mean, it's a smart deal.
No, I know. I mean, I
It's
know
worth
it is.
that. They bought
but,
The Simpsons. They bought all of The Simpsons.
but
They bought
it-
all of it. Disney owns all that shit. That's crazy.
But so, like with New Mutants, it got tossed around, because this movie was originally supposed to come out way back.
4 years ago.
Yeah, like a way back, a long time ago.
Bro,
But the studios kept.
Maisie Williams was still like fucking a little like
Yeah.
Arya, like young
Yeah,
Arya.
yeah, and they were gonna have it be a horror movie and release it in theaters. And the studios got a hold of it, and then they were like, "We don't know. We're kind of like nervous to pull the trigger on it." Then it kept getting put on the back burner and put on the back burner for X
They
Men
released the trailer for it like every year, at different times, like
Look,
expecting it to be
me-
coming out soon.
Me and Chris have been talking about this movie, like you said, ever since that first trailer dropped, and we were like, "Oh, okay, New Mutants is coming." Then fucking 4 years later, people are graduating college, moving on with their lives, and then it's like New Mutants is still coming? Question mark. It's kind of like Cyberpunk 2040 or whatever it is.
Yeah. They couldn't rate it R because children couldn't buy tickets.
Yeah.
Well, that's not true. You can still take children to rated R movies. They just can't go alone.
yeah.
If your parents are with you, you can I went and saw Looper, and this guy went there, had his 4-year-old.
Was Looper rated R?
Yes, what?
I don't remember if it was or not.
That movie was
to me-
very rated
to me,
R.
I
That was
don't-
one of the most gruesome time travel movies I've ever seen.
To me, I don't really think about like ratings anymore because I just watch whatever. You know? What I mean?
yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Like when I was younger, I thought about because I was like, oh, okay, well, I gotta have somebody's permission to go. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Or I
like
gotta-
Breaking Bad is like the closest like thing to rated R you can be without being rated R.
Yeah, it's like almost HBO quality of like
Yeah.
what they don't fucking care
If
about.
that show
showing.
had been on HBO, bro.
I'm kind of glad it wasn't though. It needed
A
to be
little bit.
something that everybody could like see. you
Yeah.
know?
I can't wait to watch Venom have sex with the Hulk. Goddamn. Yeah, and now that Scott Derrickson is no longer the creative head of Doctor Strange 2, it isn't going to be horror anymore. Aw.
Yeah,
God damn it.
they changed it.
Morbius better
is
be
gonna
fucked up.
Morbius is gonna be a horror movie apparently.
Yeah.
So
And I'm glad they're like slowly but surely tying in those Sony movies like Venom. I still haven't watched Venom
I haven't
with
watched
the
Venom at
MCU.
all.
You want to watch it? We should watch it.
right now.
No.
Oh.
But not now, but yes, we should watch it is what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I'll watch it with you.
Okay.
I heard it's like good for like a '90s movie. It's like a good '90s movie.
Okay.
That's what and that's the way it came off to me in the trailer. It was like, oh, this looks like a good '90s superhero movie.
You know what we should do?
Yeah.
We should do watch along videos.
Oh, like watch movies and talk to chat and stuff.
No. Like record us doing it because we can't do it on. We couldn't do it on.
Oh, kind of like CinemaSins.
Kind of. Do
a
they
little
do
bit.
that?
They don't do watch-alongs, but it's like they go throughout the whole movie and then they just cut it up. You know what I mean?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. Like
Hmm.
kind of like a Let's Play, but like cutting clips of us.
Yeah, potentially. Tom Hardy eats lobsters. It's great. Okay. Sons of Anarchy should have been rated R low key. I watched the first 4 seasons of that show and it was awesome. And then
FX and AMC.
we just hit 5,200 views on the,
Oh,
on the
nice.
channel. Thank you. We
F-
love you guys.
We love you guys. FX and AMC definitely, as far as like normal TV networks, walk that line of like, is this all right to put on TV or not? You know? What I mean?
Yeah. Did you ever watch there are 2 shows. One called Turn about the Revolutionary War.
Yes. Yeah, I've heard of it. I haven't watched.
I watched the first season when it came live. Dude, I missed out on so much good TV that apparently because like I stopped. We didn't pay for TV anymore, and we were
Yeah.
just using internet. And like because of that, I didn't know the ins and the outs of the internet and like how to watch shit I wanted to watch.
Yeah.
And like I stopped watching Turn and I stopped watching *Halt and Catch Fire*.
Mm-hmm.
*Halt and Catch Fire* was like one of those like Inglourious Bastardy shows in the sense that it like messed with history,
Yeah.
and it took place during the time that like IBM and Apple were exploding, and it was about a new computer like coming out at the same time, like blowing up.
Mhm.
Did you watch The Martian?
No.
Did you watch the new Terminator with the chick who's a Terminator?
No, I haven't watched that one yet either. I watched Genesis.
God damn it! What else is she in? She's in a lot of shit. God damn it. Anyway, that show, *Halt and Catch Fire*,
Yeah.
and the show *Turn* are both great shows, both on AMC, and like I only watched the first season of each one because like I didn't have TV anymore. Like I didn't get to finish, and they're both on Netflix, and I could watch them. It's just they're just on my ever-growing list of shit I need to watch. You know what I mean? I need to make an actual.
I'm
list.
honestly surprised about the stuff that they let It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia get away with.
Yeah, I'm glad. I've heard like amazing things about that show and what they let happen.
Yeah.
Let happen on that show, which is like one of the reasons I really want to watch it because like I love shows that push the boundaries.
Oh yeah.
Like South Park. South Park's one of the most genius shows of all time.
I've never
Mike-
watched it.
I've only watched like a few episodes. Mike was telling me about an episode where, who was it? There was this group of people that were all black actors that moved into South Park, and they were burning. They're like everyone in South Park didn't understand racism. Like they didn't know what it was. Like they just didn't get it because in South Park, in their heads, everything is okay with everybody. There
Yeah.
isn't race. So like when racist things happen, they have trouble understanding it.
Yeah.
So like they have an episode where they're burning T's, but it's a cross. But to them it's a lowercase t because it's something to do with the actors, and they're all black actors. So all the black actors think it's racism. They think that the Ku Klux Klan is burning crosses everywhere, and everyone in South Park is just like confused by it. They're like, "Why are you guys having issues with us? Like we're just burning the T's. Like it's like a thing. It's like this amazing. It's like all of its amazing like social issues.
Yeah.
That they
Social
tack-
commentary.
Social commentary that they have like it's like the best satire and comedy. It's the most genius comedy I've ever seen. They have an episode about Donald Trump and Fox News where there's this group in South Park called the Whites. Their last name is the Whites, and it's like we all know who we're talking to, but we have to put locks on the trash cans or the president will keep eating our trash. if we don't lock up the trash cans, the president will just wander away. Everybody, here are the and then it's like, does anybody object to this? And then we do, the whites. And so it's the whites. The whites are the ones that object to that. And they're like, we don't think we should be told to lock our trash. It's like, why wouldn't you lock your trash? It's like, and then it's like, Hillary Clinton wouldn't have been any better. No one's saying otherwise. Why are you bringing that up? and then like, so like they go out in the woods and all the kids have gone missing. Like the main characters, the kids of South Park, and someone walks in, and is like, the kids are missing. They went to the woods. And they're like, we have to find them before the president finds them and eats them. And like, so they go out there, and then the whites are like trying to find the president, and then the president like. There's like a rat on a tree, like walking on a log, and like he walks up, like Trump just grabs it and starts eating it, and then he hears something, and it's like a Fox News anchor desk, like in the middle of the woods, and they're like just doing a story. He's like, "It's Fox News, they'll understand me," and then he runs, and then the whites, like the main guy of the whites family, is behind the tree. He's like, "Mr. President, no, don't go there. It's a fox trap." He's like, thank you. I can always trust the whites. And then he like runs away. It's amazing. It is the best written comedy ever. T is for Time to Leave. Yep, it was Time to Leave.
Time to Leave?
Yeah, that was what the T's were for. That was happening in South Park. Bro. Oh, it's so good. It's just so good. It's just one of those like amazing, like fantastic, amazing shows. Like it's like Always Sunny in that regard.
Yeah.
Like I would hold them to the same candle, knowing what I do about each of them, that they both push the boundaries. Apparently, the new special, the like pandemic special, is fucking incredible.
Really?
I haven't watched it. We should watch it, but it's like an hour and a half long. But we should
fine.
watch it. Damn, we don't really have time to talk about it. We didn't talk about the thing we were going to talk about today.
That's all right. We can talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah.
We got a whole week of podcasts ahead of us.
That's a good point. That's a good point. We do have that. I do want to close on my friend Nick Merckx.
Okay.
He got married 2 days ago.
Nick Merckx?
Nick Merckx got married. It was
Merckx,
his,
like, as in Nick Infam?
Yeah, Nick Kolchev, Nick Merckx.
Oh.
My friend. he
very close friend of the Shirts Off podcast.
Right. Very I would consider him a close friend, very distant friend of the Shirts Off podcast. I doubt he's ever actually watched the Shirts Off podcast.
He retweeted a tweet one time.
No, he liked a tweet.
Oh,
one time. Yeah, you blew that. It was such a weird, like crazy. You're like, dude, Nick just liked the tweet. I was like, what? And then I went on there. You're like, dude, what does that mean? I was like, he liked the tweet. That's what it means. A lot of people like that tweet, those tweets. He was in the viewers list once.
Oh, he was.
Yeah, when I played Among Us or something, he was in the viewers list, or
okay.
Call of Duty. I can't remember. I played something, and
But
he
he's
was
never been here for us to talk.
No, he wouldn't watch this shit.
No, he'd be like,
he would
"Oh,
watch us
okay."
and be like, "Oh, these fucking losers."
Yeah.
he would hate it.
Is this guy a celebrity?
He was in the.
To him. To
No, it was the
Charlie, yeah.
podcast.
Oh, so there you go.
Are you sure?
What
No, I was
episode?
playing games.
What
Is
were
this
we
guy a
talking about?
celebrity?
To Charlie, yes.
Flint, I don't think it was the podcast because I was playing Among Us because like somebody I was playing with messaged me. I was like, Nick's watching, and I was like. And I looked, and I was like, he's watching, but I don't think he's watching. I think what happened was he probably opened it and then walked away from his computer. Because he was in the stream for like 5 hours or something.
Yeah.
Like in the viewer list. So I was like, I doubt he's watching. Because if he was watching.
I mean, like, he might have been. Just like showing support.
I mean, like, he might have been lurking, holding a tab open. Because I've seen him do that a lot of times in other streams.
Mm-hmm.
Or like I would look at like my friends, probably in toilet. Is this guy a celebrity? Yes, Copenhagen. He's arguably the biggest streamer on Twitch. If not, like, if he's not number one, he's number 2 or 3 any given day, depending on who has the highest sub count that week.
You know that Roman stuff you see Charlie always wearing? Like the Roman warrior.
The Spartan
warrior.
I'm always wearing.
Spartan
They're
helmets.
his shirts.
Yeah,
Man's
that's
eyes
his,
was glued to the
his
monitor
thing.
for sure. Right. Sure they were.
We're very riveting.
He was totally watching every second. He was eating it up. Who's this guy? He's just a famous streamer.
Yeah.
He plays video games.
He plays video games.
Um,
Charlie met him like 5 years ago or something like that.
Yeah, totally.
When his stream was, instead of like 1 billion subscribers, is like 30,000 or something.
No. 30,000 is still a pretty crazy number for.
No, I know,
for
but it was
streamers.
like a lot lower, and you're like, man, I met him when he only had like a couple thousand. And I was
was
like, wow, that's
less than
crazy
1,000.
because that's less than us.
That's way less than that. Totally way less than that. He is well known from having a short neck. That is not true. He is he is 6 foot tall. He has a wide neck, sure. He is very strong. I'm just his community makes fun of him for all these things. Copenhagen.
Charlie-
I'm a Nick stan in terms of I am always on his side of these arguments. He's 6
Charlie-
foot, not 5'11".
Charlie has had a crush on him for many years.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he's
In
wanted
love
to-
with him.
He's wanted to receive it from him many
No,
times.
not that
He
much.
wanted to bend over and
It's not
for
true.
Nick,
I don't want that to happen.
Every time he's met him, he's tried to seduce him, but
That's
he
not
failed
true either.
miserably.
I don't want
The
that.
last
from
time he
him.
met Nick in his hotel room naked, Dick
That's
out
also not true.
laying on the bed in that stance from the Titanic, where she's like, draw me like one of your French girls.
It's not. None of that is accurate. None of that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Known for the forehead cam. Yes. When he streams video games, he's always leaning forward in his monitor, so it looks like he's doing this is what he looks like whenever he's playing video games.
Yeah.
He's like just leaning forward, and all you see is his head because he's leaning so far. He's like so like glued to his screen like to play.
He was the one that sparked that whole bear versus tiger. or
He's
something?
not the one that sparked it, but on Twitch it exploded because of his opinion.
Yes.
Because he has like very good. He has thought it out better than anybody on the planet.
Yeah.
Like Joe Rogan made it a famous argument, but Nick made it famous on Twitch.
Yeah.
Like it got to be this big.
And then we were.
Is he
talking about
also
like-
for racist discrimination and religious suppression? I would say no.
That's why he won't hook up with Charlie. He knows that Charlie is for this.
Right. That's why. That's totally the reason for both of
Even
those
though
things.
he's a celebrity, he has principles.
Yeah, totally. What's wrong with you? But yeah, he got married 2 days ago.
And standards.
The pictures he tweeted out like a tweet like 4 of the pictures
What's
of the
she look
wedding.
like?
Uh,
Or is it a he?
it's a
Oh,
she, and she's beautiful. They look awesome. There's one picture of them like just the two
Show
of
me a
them.
picture.
Okay, there's a
Pull it
picture
up.
of the
You're
two of them.
describing it. Just show it.
There's a picture of them. The first
Are
picture.
they making out in any of the
Here it
pictures?
is.
Is it pretty hot?
What? What's wrong with you? This is them.
Oh, she's really beautiful.
She's very pretty. That picture, dude, I saw that picture, and like, I've known him. I've known Nick for 5 years, 5+ years now. I've met him on numerous occasions, and I've heard this man talk about this woman late at night.
Have you
when
ever met him?
yeah,
Met her? I mean.
yeah, I've met her. I've met them both.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, like, there have been nights, like, way before the stream was anything like it was. You know, like 3 years ago. Like, he's only been like the biggest streamer on Twitch for the last like 6 or 9 months. And before that, he was only a big streamer because of Fortnite. Like, really. He was a big streamer on Twitch, but he was nothing. Fortnite fucking cascaded him. Like, he exploded because of Fortnite. I mean, he went to, like, monumental numbers on Fortnite. Before that, he was, like, the Call of Duty streamer. Like,
Right.
when Scumpy, Call of Duty Pro, or Crim6 would stream, it was a big deal because they were always scrimming and doing competitive shit, so they didn't get to stream. So when they did, they would maybe overshadow him. But he streamed every night Call of Duty and had big numbers on Call of Duty every night. And that was, like, him. Like, he was killing it. Like, for that level streamer back then. And, like, he would, like, be late night, and he'd have, like, these, like, just talking to chat nights where he would just sit there and, like, hang out and talk about life and shit. And, like, he would talk about, like, there was a night where he was talking about her. And he was like, guys, you don't understand. Like, I've talked about a lot of the women. Like, I've talked about a lot of women on this stream with you guys, and we've had a lot of fun. We've talked some shit, you know, like, I've been to these girls' houses, whatever. We've had, like, but there's something different. This is, like, 3 years ago. Something different this time. Like, I care about what she eats, bro. I ain't never cared about the shit any other girl I've been with eats. Like, I want her to be healthy. Like, I'm like, I care about, like, when she wakes up and what she does for the day, and like this is like years ago. Like, these were the feeling, like, you know, like he's not like an emotional dude. Like, he doesn't talk about like shit like that. He would very like so often. Like, there was one night where he had Taco Maniac 444. Hi, I have a question. Hello. What is your question?
What's your question?
Before Fortnite, he was having like 8K to 12K viewers per stream. Nah, that was after Fortnite. Fortnite, it was like before Fortnite, like the biggest Call of Duty stream he ever did was like 15 or 16,000 because it was the FizzUp 10K and Scumpy hosted him afterwards. But like even like those Modern Warfare ones when he was like huge on Modern Warfare, it was like 5 to 6 or 7. Hot, sultry nights. The air was heavy and moist. Okay, I'm not. But those night like he would get emotional every once in a while. There's a night where like a lot of money got donated to him. And, like, he wasn't used to it. Like, there was, like, 10 grand donated to him in, like, the span of 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was just, like, crazy. Like, he
Yeah.
he had to cut off his face cam. He started crying a little bit.
Yeah.
And it was, like, one of those things where he was like, bro, I just wanted to buy a computer. Like, me streaming was so I could buy a nice computer and, like, play GBs. This is the Shirts Off podcast, so let's get some skin show and hunks. I'm sorry. It is only titled that ironically because we're not allowed to have our shirts off on Twitch.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
but it's all right.
We still
You can still see Charlie's shoulders if he rolls up his sleeves.
yeah, look at those. There's
There
some
you go.
hot shoulder action.
There
That's
you
my
go.
trap just bouncing up and down. But he you know, it's like it's weird seeing him get to and you can see yes, you can dip ass. No, Soda does it all the time. Yes, but like it's different. Read the fucking monologue, Charlie. I'm not reading it.
Can I read it?
No.
Oh,
I want to finish my statement on my
Okay, go
friend real quick.
your close friend Nick Merckx. Come on.
You have a guy like him
yes.
where for 5+ years now, he's been my Johnny Carson. Like a lot of people have like their show they watch every night, like their thing that they watch religiously, whether it's you in The Office or a lot of people and like, you know, whatever it is they watch. A lot of people watch anime all night, every night. A lot of people watch, you know, Breaking Bad or The Office, or they watch YouTube or, you know, Markiplier or whatever it is.
Game Grumps.
Game Grumps, whatever it is. Like Nick became my Jimmy Fallon, my Johnny Carson, my Jay Leno, whoever you want. Every night, but like to a bigger degree than any of those guys ever could, because those guys have an hour a night of their show, and really it's only like 30 or 40 minutes because of commercials. And it's not like you're sitting there talking and hearing their opinions on shit. You're hearing their speechwriters write jokes. You're hearing their shitty, like, 5-minute conversations with guests that are promoting something, so they don't really even get to have a conversation. Like, the best, like, Nick, watching Nick for 12 hours a night back then was like, you basically are sitting there with your friend, listening to your friend talk, and you're typing to him, and he responds, because he was back in the day when he had, all the way up until he had like 15,000 viewers even. He was so good at talking to his chat. Even 15,000 viewers, he would sit there and talk to like hundreds of those people each stream. Like he would go through and answer them. And getting answered by a guy with 15,000 viewers is crazy when you type in chat.
Right.
Because most of the time chat, you're talking to other people in stream. Tony Streamer 2. Hello, we can't hear you. What? Yes, you can.
Yeah.
People can hear me.
Who's we?
Muted? You're muted? Wait, what happened?
Are we muted?
Hello. Hello. It's showing us good up there. Are you guys trying to...
Hello.
You're not muted? You guys fucking suck. How dare you? They're trolling. God damn it. Got him. I was looking at the audio capture. I was like, no, we're not.
They got you, Charlie.
I was watching him. I've been watching him since 2015. I was sometimes like, fuck high school. I'm going to go watch him, then going to the gym and falling to sleep. Yeah, exactly. Like, the point of this was, I've seen this guy when he was like not even thinking about getting married, when he was like, you know, just seeing other chicks, and like it was this thing, and like knowing your like musclehead gym guy friend who is like he's the poster boy for testosterone.
Yeah.
5 years ago, you know what I mean? Like that's him. And like seeing him go from that to being like seeing it change month to month was this crazy experience for me. Like I couldn't believe it when it happened. And like I could not believe it, but it was cool to see it happen because I was like, okay. I could see like anybody. Like there's no like I'm not going to be confused when shit like this happens to other people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know some people where you're like, that could just never be them. No, they just don't show that. Some of those people just don't show that. But when you're a streamer, it's hard not to be yourself because you're not being judged by people's eyes or their facial expressions or their body language. You're looking at what they say in chat. And you can just sit here and talk shit. You're like, hey, I'm the streamer. Fuck you. And, like, ban them. You know what I mean? Like, you can be yourself for real on this shit. You know what I mean? And, like, with you and me, we've just known each other so long, it's not hard to be ourselves.
Yeah.
But, like, if we had an audience, it'd be kind of hard to be ourselves, especially if the audience was from our town. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to be yourself in certain parts of the world. He was ape. he really... Charlie was nervous, like a small child venturing out alone for the first time. The nervousness was overcome with excitement as his internet friend replied to his message. Charlie's heart was flushed with raw emotion, almost too much for one's body... almost too much. You spelled too wrong. It's T-O-O. Too much for one's body to contain. He felt as if he needed to express himself to the world. Sure. I mean, the thing was, like, I never felt like that because in the beginning, he wasn't like... If I met him now, and this was the first time I met him, yeah, it would feel crazy him just responding to me right away. But he wasn't like the big bad streamer on Twitch, you know? Mm-hmm. He was just a guy I started watching who had like, he only had like 300 or 400 viewers a night.
Mm.
Like when I started watching, and he had more subs than he had viewers, because like a lot of people would sub and only get to watch him once or twice a week, but they would stay sub because they like him so much.
Yeah. And
So
he
like,
would stream like all the time.
yeah, he would stream every night. Like
Yeah.
like he'd stream legit like 7 days a week. He might miss like a day and a week, maybe. Like he went like 30, 40 days like in a row sometimes and didn't miss a stream. Like the guy was grinding his ass off playing competitive. Like if the wager scene or just the GB or UMG scene for Call of Duty was still a thing, it's all I would stream when I'm not streaming this. I would stream it all day, every day. It would like I wish I had the capabilities of streaming the way I do now back then, because it's all I would do. It was my favorite shit, because it's the best way. Like it's the best method of streaming for a streamer to like be interactive with chat, because when you're playing Search and Destroy, like each round lasts maybe 2 minutes, and then in between games you have nothing but like dead time. You can just hang out and talk to your chat, be interactive, hang out with them, talk to them, and like be a communicative streamer, and then also have like good content for them to watch with the game. Like you're actually playing the game. And I don't care what you say, the more you play competitive shit, the better you're going to get. So even if you're not great at the beginning, you're going to get better. You're going to get good at it. And like it's going to be entertaining for anybody to watch. I'm not amazing at video games, but I'm not bad either, and it's like fun to play. And I would love to get on there and grind that shit with my friends, but like that scene is just so dead now. And I'm really hoping that the Cold War has a ranked play right off the rip, or at least within a month, because that will be my new grind, bro. Like outside of this, this podcast will happen at the same time every night, like always, but I'm gonna be grinding that Cold War ranked play.
Yeah.
Like that shit will be happening. Shot from the mountaintops, Charlie thought as he sat alone in his room. Thought he was alone. He felt closer to this person than anyone else. The connection was pure, like a virgin fall snow. Nowadays, streamers don't even look into chat. That's facts. They really don't.
Really?
They don't. Yeah, streamers suck. Like, not all of them. Some streamers are great still. There's some great communities. My buddy Rob, that I played the beta with last night, is a phenomenal streamer. He's like one of those streamers that, he's like one of the chillest streamers in the world. He's one of those guys that like, all it's gonna take is the right raid from somebody. Like the right raid from the right person of a similar audience, who would like go in there and like just fucking
Yeah, just go to town.
like be like, oh, all these people will like this guy because of the vibe. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Years later, Charlie heard the news. His friend had fallen in love and made her his wife. Charlie made her his wife. Charlie was so excited, but the excitement was washed away by despair. Despair that his love for his friend could never match that of a kind of gentlewoman's touch. I agree. I'm devastated that they're married, actually. This whole me being happy for him is all fake.
I knew it. I knew it from the very beginning.
But no, all this stems from me wanting to say, seeing him and her in that picture,
Seeing them happy.
like I knew he was happy based on how he was talking, but seeing him happy
And successful.
and like there's no one I want, there's like no one else I trust with that fame.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I have a lot of friends I love and trust, but like he's one of those guys that I've met him fucking a dozen times or something. I've met him a lot now, and I've been in calls with him. I've spent a lot of time hanging out, talking. We have a DM list on Twitter that's fucking 5 years old. Like when I subscribed to him, the night I subscribed, I made a Twitter account, and I went on Twitter and I added him. I was like, hey man, just started watching tonight. Subscribed right away. You're awesome. Had a great time watching. Have a great night or whatever. Like I didn't know how the internet worked. And like to me, he was already like, I was like, dude, he's got like 300 or 400 viewers. Like, there's no way he's looking at Twitter. Responded to me, I mean, like inside of a minute. Followed me and messaged me. Didn't tweet me back. Like messaged me and said, listen, bro, if you're subbed, you're part of the fam, part of my fam. You're always fam. Anything you need, anything you need help with, just hit me up. Like you're part of the fucking group. I was like, whoa, bro, like,
Yeah.
what a cool dude. And I was like, okay. And then slowly but surely through chat, because he was really interactive, bro. 300 or 400 viewers to him back in the day was nothing. He talked to everyone.
Yeah.
Anyone that messaged him in chat was getting responded to.
Yeah.
And like every night was a conversation because he had so much dead time to talk to his chat. We talked about everything, bro. He was like the coolest guy and the most interactive. Like, and he's not. I say was like he's not now. It's just the scale
It's
that he's
so- yeah.
gotten to is so
It's
ridiculous
so hard
that
to keep up.
he can't keep up with that. It's impossible. But like seeing that guy grow from that and become the level of famous that he is, like I don't trust anybody. He's the most giving person I've ever met in my life. The guy has given away thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars through giveaways and through tournaments and through just like the people that help him, like just certain things I don't know if I'm allowed to say, but like him paying like he's put on like 4 $50,000 tournaments
Right.
out of his pocket. You know what I mean? Out of his pocket. He's done. I've won like 4 giveaways. I've made more money like in giveaways than I've paid subscribing to him for 5 years.
Jesus.
Like I won a PlayStation 4 game back in the day. I've won like $200 Amazon gift card giveaways. Like a lot of the other mods say it's rigged because like it's ridiculous that I've won so many times, but I've won a lot of times. But like it's rigged content exactly.
Yeah.
But it's like he's the most giving. Like I wouldn't trust anybody with anything more than I would trust him with anything. Like he's one of those guys that like his word is in stone.
Yeah.
Like his word is cemented. Like you can't. There's no deriving from the fact that he will keep what you need to. Like he will keep your information to himself, and if he tells you information needs kept to himself, and like it means he trusts you.
Mhm.
It's like he's a phenomenally good person. He's one of the best people I've ever met. Like, and I. Like every Christmas he does a giant giveaway, bro. He gave it was like $25,000 last Christmas of giveaways or some crazy shit. He gave away like PCs and like $100. He gave out I think he gave away like 50 $100 Amazon gift cards. he had like $5,000 Amazon gift cards. He gave away like Xboxes and PlayStations and scuff controllers and all this other shit. Firewatch was a letdown. Shaking my head. How dare you? Welcome back, Will. Dude, the stream's about to be over too. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's decide the next game we're gonna play real quick because I'm down for Portal 2, but I'm also down for Undertale. I kind of want to do Undertale first.
Let's do Undertale first.
I'm down for Undertale.
I feel like it'll be easier for me to watch Undertale.
If we do Undertale, I don't know if I want to stream it or not.
Stream it. Why not?
I don't know because there's part of me that like
Why is there dust underneath this thing?
under what thing
Under the table. Like I've never seen dust
What do you mean?
gather on the bottom of a table.
on the
before.
bottom. There's dust.
Yeah, look at my hands.
I don't mind. Damn.
Right? That's what I said. So what the fuck is going on?
It might be from when it was upside down.
But that much dust?
Was there anything on top of the table when it was upside down in the trailer?
No, just straps.
Look under the table. Is it in like one little area or is it the whole
I've
bottom?
been feeling it this whole time we've been streaming. It's
That's
like
weird.
the whole bottom's just like, especially towards the center.
I guess it could. No, that wouldn't make sense. I mean, I
I've
burn
never-
incense,
I've
but
never
like I don't
seen-
see how it wouldn't be on this side. 'Cause
I've
there's like
never,
nothing.
I've
there's
just
nothing on
never
this
seen
side.
dust stick to the underside of something before.
Why that? Well, yeah, that's a good point.
That's why I was like kind of surprised. Anyways, we're
I don't
getting
know.
off
Yeah,
track.
off topic. That was weird. Portal or Portal 2. I'm down for Portal or Portal 2 in the future, but no. Charlie accepted his friend's choice, sadly, but with a whole heart. Charlie thought of his friend laying in bed. The night was still, like a tree on a calm day. We'll be okay, Charlie thought, as he rolled over in the bed. Good night, Creighton. Charlie says as he gently kisses Creighton's forehead. Creighton smiles softly. I love you too. Charlie was at peace with his life.
Where's Fairy go
Portal.
to be like
Right,
documented?
dude. We need. I might make like a little short YouTube video of all of this
Yeah.
and like just have it for Fairy Go, so we could like just all of me reading Copenhagen's messages
Yeah.
for tonight. Make it like a little like minute long thing. That was Copenhagen. That was phenomenal.
Alright.
But yeah, gonna go ahead and wrap it. The stream. I might stream a little bit here. Hold on. Let me look at. Are there people? Yeah, there's people playing Among Us. So I might play Among Us tonight with some groups. I don't know for sure. There's one big group that I'm used to playing with that I'll probably play with. If I do, it'll be in a little bit. They have a full squad right now, so we'll see. Anyway, I love you guys.
We love you all.
All this was in mobile too. Yeah, ungrateful sons of bitches. Copenhagen, I love you, man. Really.
I love you, Copenhagen.
Dude, please get Discord or something. I got to talk to you one day. I just want to have a conversation and see, like, what kind of person you really are. There's only so
Honestly.
much I can learn through this chat. Anyway, I love you, you North Dakotan son of a bitch. Whole stream, that's how they get you. We know, bro. Make a Twitter, make something. I need to communicate with you. God damn it. Anyway, we love you guys. Have a great night, and I might see you later. If not, see you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Goodbye.